back to John Elway retiring after winning the Super Bowl. But when things are going well as a competitor, just the hardest decision that you could possibly make. Easy to make that decision when it's not. You know, last year he was struggling. He was talking more about it. So this does not surprise me. Glad he's going to be back. But when that time comes, Brad, it's one of the hardest things you have to do.
What is up, motherfuckers and party people? How's everybody doing today? Hope you're all having a great day.
Do this as long as you can physically do it. This is the best time of your life. You're earning a great living. You're having fun. You're being competitive. Even when you're struggling, those days are better than the days that are going to be when you're old guys like me. So, yeah, do it as long as you can do it.
We are closing in on the green flag here in Michigan. When we come back, time for today's pre-race ceremonies from the Irish Hills.
So the green flag was supposed to be at like 2:48, something like that. But with rain in the area, they're moving it up to 2:30, so like 2:30 sharp. So I'm gonna check the weather. Brooklyn, Michigan. Let me talk to you. What's up, Jaden?
You'll find PNC Bank helping businesses both large and small, communities, and the people who live and work there.
You know, I think that there's a wasp out in my not in this room, but in the basement, like in that studio area, and I'm just gonna coexist with him. I'm gonna try to stay in my room as much as possible during this stream, but if I have to go grab a beer or use the bathroom, I'm gonna just, we're gonna coexist. I'm not gonna try to kill him. He's not gonna fuck with me, and if he does, then we're gonna have some problems. But he minds his business, I'll mind my business. We'll be fine. We can work this out. Prefer maybe he pitch in a little bit for rent, but hey, we all. I'll be hospitable for the moment. So yeah, it's actually looking like the forecast has gone like way better. So I think we will see a rain delay in this race, but I think we're gonna get all the racing in today. Like I really do. It'll be a long day, but. So, green flag at 2:30. No. Oh, wow. That rain actually. We might actually not even fucking see rain. Looking at my radar, might see a tiny bit at like 4:30, but it's not. It even says like it's not even supposed to like really fuck with the track. So, what's up, Lucas? How you doing? I was thinking, like, yeah, I'll see y'all Tuesday. I was literally, like, convinced, like, I'll see you guys Tuesday. Have fun. I don't work tomorrow or Tuesday, so it would have been fine. I'm doing good. How you doing? I just asked you that. That's good. I'm glad that you're doing good.
2:30 today. DJ, just 4 races left in the regular season. Here's how the playoff standings shape up. Yeah,
so I think it was after. Atlanta. Either after Atlanta or after Pocono. I said that we would see one more. We would at least see one more driver win a race and get into the playoffs before the playoffs started. I didn't expect it would happen at Richmond, but yeah. So I was correct about that. Chris Buescher in, and I'm still going to say that. I think between now and Daytona we will see one more new winner at least. I think only one, but I won't rule out at least more than one. But I think we still see at least one more new winner.
Maybe a month or two, they just haven't had a clean race. No top fives for Bell.
Your win pick is Ty Gibbs.
Bristol win in early April. I mean, come on, they clearly have.
It's a good win pick.
They need to finish this one out, and the
bold.
Is what we'll be talking about. 200 miles an hour.
I think we see a flip today. We almost had one yesterday. I did not watch the Xfinity race at all yesterday, so the only thing I know is John Hernimacek won. But no.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise as you are able and remove your hats. As the Detachment 400 Air Force ROTC Honor Guard of Michigan Technological University presents our nation's colors. Here to offer today's invocation, please welcome St. Francis de Sales High School, Father Jeff Rose.
Almighty God, as we gather today for this great race, our hearts are filled with gratitude. We're grateful that we can be here to enjoy this race, to enjoy our favorite drivers. We ask your blessing upon them. Keep their team safe as they compete for us today. Keep our servicemen and women who serve us around the world safe this day and bring them home to us as soon as possible. And as we contemplate all these things, we ask them all with great faith, hope, and love. Amen.
Amen.
Here to perform the Canadian National Anthem, please welcome the
Oh, yeah, that's right.
of Windsor.
Home and native land, true patriot love, and all of us coming with glowing hearts. We see rise the true north, strong and free from far and wide. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
And now, here to perform our national anthem, please welcome the Great Lakes Chorus.
Nice. America. Rah!
On the other side, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jeff Burton, Rick Allen, and Steve Letarte, the Booth Boys, as we get the engines cranked just outside of the Motor City. Let's go racing on USA.
Oh, good afternoon, Samuel Wilson. What's up, Matt? How you doing? Who will win today?
Lotus has 122 million parts. Let's see, you'll need headlights and a bumper. At least you can skip the car wash.
I got Larson,
Right prices. eBay Motors.
but I want to see Jaden's picks.
Too many people parenting your parenting? Your baby deserves less. 2 ingredients and nothing more. Water Wipes. Purely protects.
Spots in the playoffs and just one track left.
Well, not just any track.
We're basically going to have to win.
Daytona. A last chance to keep playoff hopes alive.
For 1 point to the good.
And for fans to experience an event unlike any.
Are getting some drizzle. Drivers are in the cars.
And watch the drama unfold before your very eyes. Get your tickets now at Daytona.
Chicago's home, you got it.
This is my community. I love y'all.
To new beginnings and new friendships. Let the darkness come. The sun will shine again.
What's up, Bold Bows? How you doing?
Order Showtime on Channel 865 HD.
I suffer with psoriatic arthritis and psoriasis. I was on a journey for a really long
Good, how about you? I'm doing fine.
Cosentyx works.
Getting ready for some racing today. I hope we see some. Bob Pockers just tweeted that there's a little bit of drizzle, but drivers are still getting in their cars.
Ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine or plan to, or if IBD symptoms develop.
Like I said earlier, I don't work today. Obviously, I don't work Sundays. I don't work tomorrow, and I don't work Tuesday. So whenever this race does decide to happen, I'll be here. And now it's saying that it's supposed to rain like any minute. Radar's constantly changing. Yeah, it says there's a little bit of drops like coming in that'll end around 2:30, and then you played some NASCAR game like 30 minutes ago. I was playing MLB The Show like 30 minutes ago. Yeah, Noah suspended. Josh Berry's in the car today. He's starting 35th.
200 miles an hour, but also the possibility of very big wrecks here at the Nascar Cup Series Racing from Michigan, presented by Golden Corral. Alongside my crew chief, Steve Letarte, Rick Allen with you. And Steve, when we come to a racetrack, it's pretty clear cut with 400 miles, 200 laps, but it's nothing like that from the top of the pit box.
Well, it isn't. You know, Michigan Speedway will test every aspect of your race team. You're going to have great horsepower under the hood, great aerodynamics, great mechanical handling. Your driver's going to have to make good decisions at a very high-speed racetrack. And then, from the crew chief standpoint, how are you going to call this race? 2 tires, 4 tires, fuel miles. Every part of NASCAR racing is tested here in Michigan.
Let's bring in our drivers, Jeff Burndale and Hart Jr. All right, Junior, speeds here over 200 miles an hour. How do you drivers deal with it?
Well, it can lead to a lot of problems if you're not careful. We've seen here in the past the side drafting and the arguing over position can create some frustration and some tension, as we see here in the past in 2021. And then also in the corners, 3, 4 wide, you get loose. It creates a lot of problems. Cars, a lot of contact. Car's going to get spun around into the fence there. So I think with the lower temperatures today, we're going to see faster corner speeds. These type of issues could be a problem for several of the drivers mid-pack and further back. And you got to navigate your way all the way through this race. One driver I think is poised to do it, a very young driver, rookie, Ty Gibbs. He was exceptionally fast in practice.
Logano, Hamlin, Byron.
Race ever. Last year he finished top 10 in this race. He's made huge momentum.
I think Logano and Hamlin.
This guy was fast yesterday.
You got to post your picks quick though.
He could break through and get his first win.
They finna start.
You see the drivers are strapped in, but they're not getting command just yet. There's a little bit of precipitation in the area. Steve, what about points? The crew chief, are you also thinking about that?
Well, so now we just take that chaotic racetrack Dale Jr. described, all the challenges I talked about, and now we're going to squeeze it into the end of the regular season. With only 4 races remaining, this is kind of what it looks like, right? It remains in yellow. This is the great last chance to test your equipment. A couple of road courses in Daytona out there. So for standard style downforce racing, this is the moment. But if you're anywhere below Brad Keselowski, I like where Kevin and Brad are at on points. But Bubba Wallace, Michael McDowell can't feel amazing. And for Ty, down to Chase, and even off the screen, Alex Bowman, they have to look at this as a chance to win their way into the playoffs.
All right, drivers, what about a team like Trackhouse? Is this a racetrack where they can come in here and try to either gather points or get wins?
Well, I think it is. Ross Chastain has not had the year that we thought he would have. A lot of focus for me, though, Junior, is on his teammate Daniel Suarez. Daniel Suarez needing several good runs, if not a win, to make the playoffs. But both of these guys have more speed this weekend than they've been bringing to the racetrack recently. So you can see right there, Ross Chastain on the right, eyes shut, focused on this event. Suarez, a little bit nervous. He has some ground to make up, and he knows it. Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned. Obviously they're not having the year they had last year, and their speed kind of comes and goes. You never know when they're going to show up. And Daniel Suarez just hasn't had the speed on the road courses and the other racetracks where he was good last year. We're coming down toward the playoffs. It's going to be a lot of hard work for this 99 team to be able to beat out the competition around them at the cut line. So it starts today. They've got the speed, as you said, in practice. You need to put together a great race and score a lot of stage points. Stage points. That's what's going to make the difference for all of the drivers at the cut line.
A couple opportunities today in the race for those stage points to grab as many as you can. Racing in Michigan. We've seen open wheel racing here, stock car racing. Some of the greats of both disciplines have made it to victory lane here. Will it take a must win to get into the playoffs? Well, it's all starting right here in Michigan.
If you've ever wished you could take buffalo chicken dip wherever you go, today's your lucky day, because Sonic stuffed it in a crispy portable bite. Now wish for something else, like more hands to hold your bites. Sonic $2.99 buffalo chicken dip bites.
Ray Maglianzi here. When you need parts, eBay Motors ensures a guaranteed fit. Hey, Dave.
Yep. Wait,
How are those new wipers?
they're small.
Just go to eBay Motors where the check is a guaranteed fit. Let's ride.
All right, so Jaden has posted his picks. So I have Kyle Larson winning today. Dom has Martin Truex Jr. winning today. And Jaden has Ty Gibbs getting his first career NASCAR Cup Series win.
The best Gran Turismo players have a chance to compete in professional racing.
I love the fact that it's based off of a true story. It went from just like a story to something I could hope for.
Go see this movie now.
See it on the biggest screen possible.
10 out of 10. I love it.
Gran Turismo, based on a true story, PG-13.
For 75 years, you've been here with us. Fans of names and numbers, of family and flags, of sights and sounds and speed. Fans of going fast.
Now I know Jaden's little tricks. He's a time traveler. Jaden he knows who's going to win the race before every race. So if Jaden picks Ty Gibbs, that means Ty Gibbs might win today. So I placed $3 on Ty Gibbs, and the payout would be $69. So.
Drivers still strapped in their cars awaiting the command to fire engines, but it's just a little bit delayed because of some precipitation that has dropped in the area. You see the radar on the front coming through, but hopefully breaks up and splits to both east and west of us here at the track. And Kim, I want to ask the question while we've got a moment. Do you or the team think they have to win that 9 team and Chase Elliott to get into the playoffs?
Well, they kind of feel like they're straddling the 9. And right now, Chase is 40 points below the elimination line with a very real concern he could miss the playoffs for the very first time. The team said at the beginning of the year they would have never imagined they would be in this position. Crew chief Alan Gustafson said it is extremely frustrating, but he said they have to find some inspiration for this last 4-race push in the regular season. He said having your backs against the wall, that frustration he talked about, can provide the inspiration they need if it's channeled correctly. They said they have a 5th to 8th place car, but with the right strategy, Parker, they think they could win this race here today.
Well, Ken, for Kyle Busch in the 8 car, there's no threat of making the playoffs with 3 wins on this season.
but where they go into the playoffs is what's on their mind. Currently 5th in points right now, only 5 points behind 4th, but it's also very tight behind them, all the way to about 9th place in points. So this team is actually very focused on stage points and winning stages, the playoff point situation as they enter the playoffs. So they want to get the highest points finishing position they can. Therefore, you may see this team take chances to get those points and maybe not go for that win, which might be counterintuitive, but they need those points to seed themselves best in the playoffs, guys.
Guys strapped in. Steve, as a crew chief, are you thinking about playoffs already, or are you thinking about this race right in front of you?
Well, I started thinking about playoffs in February when we loaded up to go to Daytona, and I think that's what we've seen each and every year is you can never assume what it's going to take points. I think win, and you feel pretty good. We've never had 16 winners in the regular season, right? So a win was, quote, good enough. Very hard to get, though. But now the point is just what Parker was saying about Kyle. Everyone out here has a different challenge. That's what makes the system so interesting, right? Chase, he needs to find his way in. Right next to Chase, Ryan Blaney. Right, well, Ryan Blaney, he's looking to move up the regular season. Remember, higher you finish in the regular season standings, the more of those playoff points, more of those bonus points you carry into the playoffs. We know how chaotic the playoffs are. We've seen ties at the end of these different rounds, eliminating drivers. So everyone here has a different. Look at Alex. Think about Alex Bowman. He's currently 42 points out. Let's not forget, this team had a 60-point penalty for a rules infraction earlier in the year, right? Alex has nothing to do with that infraction, but now the weight is on his shoulders to try to find his way above the top.
That's a good payout, yeah.
Let's check back in with Peacock Midbox and Marty, Brad, and Dale. Guys, I mean, that's at the top of everybody's opinions right now is who's going to get
Jaden has Ty Gibbs winning.
No doubt about it, Rick. With 4 races,
I don't think Ty Gibbs will win, but I think Larson will win. But you know, Jaden has his ways, so I'm gonna put my money on it.
But it is very light rain, so we do hope to get going here very quickly. DJ, we're talking about the playoffs. You know, the fun and challenging part of the NASCAR playoffs is that the cut line is always moving. I mean, there's no target you're going for. You have to win a certain amount of games. That cut line is always something you're fighting. Yeah, it really is. And as you can see, this has been very fluid from Kansas starting and a lot of races here. And the thing that you see are these drivers and teams finishing around each other a lot. So it doesn't ever separate a whole lot there. But the one constant thing here recently is that Bubba Wallace has separated himself and moved in a good direction. And I realize this is a lot like what they're going to look like coming off of turn 4, Brad, here in just a few minutes. But this is, they've separated themselves somewhat, but there's still a lot to be gained. You always want to win, but you have to be mindful of getting stage points, taking advantage of that, and obviously then getting your driver in the best situation to get the best finish at the end if you can't win.
But no doubt about it. I think Bubba Wallace has done tremendously. It's so consistent. You see that when you're watching that line, that race car stays the status quo the whole time, and everyone else is up and down. For me, though, the thing that's in the back of my mind is Chase Elliott. I mean, if someone else wins this race today, he's in trouble. We talk about him pointing his way in.
That's a great point, Brad, because everybody sees 40 points in 4 races and like, that's easy.
Hey, signing in. Are there lights at Michigan? No, there are not. There are not lights at Michigan. Still sprinkling, but so far track is dry. That's what Bob says.
Cut-line driver must succeed here at Michigan today, in your opinion? Well, I think there's one that has to get through this weekend, and then he can look to better things coming the next 3 races. His crew chief said this about 4 weeks ago, and that's Michael McDowell has to do that. You know, I'm watching Ty Gibbs because I think he has a really good chance there today, but I'm looking at Michael McDowell. He can be solid here today. Hasn't been a racetrack that's been kind to him through the years, but this is a different year than he's ever had in his entire career. He's just done an amazing job. They're willing to take some chances in that pit area with some calls that they make to put him in good position. So I'm going to keep my eye on this team. They get through this weekend. He's a great road racer, and we know he's a Daytona 500 champion, so he knows how to get it done at Daytona. Brad, you mentioned Bubba Wallace. Do they have this race circle? Listen, we'll all admit, Bubba will admit, he's not the greatest road course racer on the planet. So he's got 2 of those coming up in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, he's got 2 of those coming up. So today's a huge day, and I think they're, in their back pocket, they're looking at Daytona as well. But who wants to do Daytona? And try to depend on that. But I'm looking at Michael McDowell, just like DJ's saying. Next couple of weeks, he's going to make a lot of points. He's going to gain some points on Bubba, and he knows that. Bubba knows that. But Michael's good at Daytona also. So if I'm Bubba, I got to make hay today. I got to get it done. I got to get that car. I got to finish the best I can, get some stage points, trying to win this race.
So, DJ, did I hear you right this morning when you said the rain earlier today, the cooler conditions, the cloudy conditions are going to make this racetrack faster? Faster than 201 entering turn one? I mean, come on. Yeah, and I'm not the only guy that knows that. These drivers that are strapped in here ready to go and fire these things up, they understand that. When this race goes green, it's going to be the most grip that this racetrack has had for these Cup drivers the entire weekend. And what we saw with over 200 miles per hour yesterday, we're going to see some laps like that with the draft in particular, because you can utilize that to your advantage here also. These first few laps are going to be must-watch TV if you enjoy watching drivers at the high speed that we're going to see this entire year, basically. And Brad, I know one driver who's really looking forward to it, Kevin Harvick, with 6 Michigan wins. Ford has won 8 in a row here. I think he feels that pressure that he would love to get back to victory lane and keep that Ford streak going.
No doubt about it. And if any racetrack we go to, this is the place that Kevin feels like he owns it. He will be strong today throughout this race. I expect at the end of the day to see that Ford car fighting for a winning opportunity.
I mean, look at those numbers, TJ, at this racetrack. I mean, that's unbelievable. I mean, it's hard. I mean, you had 4 wins here. We thought you were the dominant guy here, but Harvick was 6 here. It's just amazing what he's been able to do. You know, when I started reading this stuff earlier in the week, I had to read through it a couple of times just to make sure I was actually reading what I was seeing there, and then it was all true. Just phenomenal what he's been able to do here through the years. Yeah, they certainly feel good about their chances today to keep that Ford streak alive for Kevin Harvick. Guess what, Brad? About time to get the engines cranked.
205, I'm predicting.
Brad's excited for the speed. I'm excited to get this race going. Time to get the engines cranked here in the Irish Hills of Michigan.
All right, they're going to fire the engines right now.
And now he's fans here to say the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome the 11th Detroit Lions player, Corey Schlesinger.
Yeah, I got you. Volume's up.
Start your engines!
There we go.
What a great sound. The engine's fired up here at Michigan International Speedway. Let's get racing underway. When we come back, the green flag here at Michigan.
From big cities to small towns and on main streets across the U.S., you'll find PNC Bank, helping businesses both large and small, communities, and the people who live and work there.
There's a small satellite cloud coming, but that should be it.
We're proud to call these places home too. They're where we put down roots, and where together we work to help move everyone's financial goals forward. PNC Bank.
If you've ever wished you could take
So the stages are lap 45 is the end of stage 1, 75 laps for the second stage, so that'll be 115, or no, lap 120, and then the final 80 laps will be
falls perfectly into place.
the final
We
stage.
strip away everything but the essential, and what we're left with are thoughtful bedrooms for modern.
And if we get to lap 100 and it rains, this race could be official. That doesn't mean it will be official. They can still try to dry the track and get us back going, but if we get to lap 100, which is halfway, the race could be called.
Too many people parenting your parenting? Your baby deserves less. 2 ingredients and nothing more. Water wipes.
Your baby deserves less.
You got this.
That's so weird.
Only a handful of people in the world can do it. You could be the best, but it's dangerous. These are incredible stakes. You're going to be forced to make split-second decisions that could cost you your life. Get out! Whether you like it or not, you are in this race. Get out and fight!
Yes, sir. Gran Turismo, based on a true story. Rated PG-13.
The engines are fired, and we're seeing the pace car starting to roll, so that means that car right there, Christopher Bell, will leave the field off of pit road and onto the track. Let's see if we can talk to the pole winner.
Let's see if we can dial it up here. Hey, Christopher, Steve Letard and the guys in the NBC booth.
So the green flag was originally scheduled for 2:48, and then they moved it up to 2:30. But now it's still looking like it'll go closer to 2:48. So.
Lap we've seen since 2020. Tell the fans at home, does it feel that fast here at Michigan?
Yeah, I'll be honest, it does. Whenever you get down into turn one, it feels pretty quick. But, you know, I live for those moments, especially in qualifying, whenever it's laid out all on the line. So it was a super fun day yesterday, qualifying and practice here at Michigan.
All right, now let's take that same speed and put 36 of y'all out there together. What are the challenges of that high speed at this big, fast-sweeping Michigan?
Yeah, I mean, these cars are inherently just super nervous to drive. You know, we see it all the time. Whenever they start to get loose and get sideways, they're pretty hard to catch. So Michigan's a place where you really got to be on top of that. The weather's I got windshield or sprinkles on my windshield right now as I talk. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens.
Christopher Bell says there's sprinkles on his windshield as he's talking.
All right, well, I'm going to let you get back at it. We hope that weather gets cleared out. Good luck. We'll be watching all day.
Thank you.
And we don't like to hear about sprinkles on the windshield.
What's up, KJ? How you doing?
Right now they're at a cautious pace. Want to check out the starting grid brought to you by Golden Corral. We mentioned the fastest qualifying pole since 2020 at 193 miles per hour. 28-year-old from Norman, Oklahoma, Christopher Bell winning the pole. He has Ross Chastain. Seems to have found some pace with Trackhouse Racing on that front row.
Last week's winner, Chris Buescher, right there.
I'm okay. Is everything okay? Everything's great.
Jared mentioned his name many times. One of the best cars. Could today be the day for the rookie to get that first win?
Look us through the back of the field. You see Bubba Wallace had success here at the racetrack. He'll start just next to Brad Keselowski. He's a Michigan-born driver. No Michigan-born driver has ever won at Michigan International Speedway. So we'll see if that does happen today.
A little surprised to see Kyle Larson.
Everything's great.
There. Really surprised to see Kevin Harvick all the way back in row 11. Amazing numbers.
Everything's great. Just looking forward for the green flag to drop and we can go some racing.
He wants to go out with a bang in his final start.
So why do they? I've noticed they started doing this recently. Under the pace laps, the initial pace laps before the race, the flagman will be waving the yellow flag. Like, I've never seen that until, like, the last few weeks. Maybe they've always done it, I just haven't noticed it, but, like, it's not a yellow flag right now. We just haven't started the race.
Start with Kim and the driver, the 54.
Yeah, that's Ty Gibbs, and he is the first driver below the cut line and has a huge opportunity over the next 4 races to make the playoffs as a rookie. Now today, this team thinks they have a car that can win this race, but to do it, Ty has to put his frustrations from yesterday's Xfinity Series race behind him. Crew Chief Chris Gale said he had a long conversation with Ty last night in order to turn that page and focus on today. And he said it's a lot easier to turn the page when you have a great car, which is what
so they're drying the pit road area right now where the cars were at, and then we'll go green.
Rolls off third, Parker.
And Kim, one of the buzzwords today is going to be track position. So with that comes being aggressive on pit road, but also on restarts. I had an interesting conversation with Joe Logano.
Y'all like my shirt?
5 years ago, I was pretty aggressive on restarts.
Kyle Busch.
Myself to a top lane, and I was a villain for it. But he said with
the
this car, how close it is and how important track
Fontana win.
is at this point. He said everyone's doing it. He seems like
Lucas
it's just
Oil car.
accepted now that if you're in the bottom lane, you are going to clear yourself to that top lane. So keep an eye on these restarts. They could be crazy, Marty.
Great. The Red Sox just gave up a 2-run homer.
Regular season championship.
And they're down 4-0.
From William Byron, talked to his crew chief Rudy Kugel this morning, and he told me, listen, all we have to do is finish races where we run. Sometimes lately.
Yeah, I remember what happened last time we were at a 2-mile track.
And trying to finish 5th with it.
Busch carries RCR. That is true.
Let's just take what the race gives us and let's execute for these final 4 races of the regular
Though Michigan always has been a very good track for Austin Dillon. Like I have him in my fantasy lineup today because like he's always been good here.
By the way, throughout this season, we'll see if they can continue to be one of the best. For more on the
White Rain has returned.
To go over the wall, there's an essay by Nate Ryan.
NASCAR pit stops always have been a high wire act of impeccable precision, a heavy metal ballet of hitting every note perfectly. But with the 2023 playoffs looming, pit stops have become the sport's #1 pressure cooker over this long, scorching summer.
Oh, gets caught by the 34 of McDowell.
Every race seems to bring more mistakes.
Running over equipment.
We're going to be behind the home field.
As the limits of car control and choreography are challenged to shave off the extra 1/10 of a second that could make or break a season.
Oh no, slow right side, the jack comes down.
With the next-gen single lug nut, 4 tires are being changed with fewer people faster than ever in NASCAR history.
Yeah, we're gonna massage his rear hose a little bit.
A good stop is under 10 seconds, but drivers and teams never stop pushing the limits of physics. Locked brakes, missed commitment lines, loose wheels.
One of the lugs maybe not tight.
There are countless ways to go over the line in a search for speed.
The orange box, you cannot touch it.
In a championship whose greatest stopping power runs through the pits.
Easy to say, hard to do. No mistakes. And the pressure on pit road, I think, is only higher because of this. Look at the average times. These aren't the best. We had a sub-9-second pit stop by Ty Gibbs' group a week ago. William Byron is averaging under 11.
Hopefully lightning strikes twice for number 8 on 2-mile tracks. When you said lightning strikes, I thought that you were like reporting a lightning strike in the area.
The gas man can't really do much, right? 5 crew members, really. The gas man can't really do much. So you have a couple tire changes, a jack man, and a carrier. 4 guys are doing the work. The gas man can only put fuel in the car. So that's really the point. Everything has been so compressed. Choreography is a beautiful word because when it goes wrong, there's no time. Think about a football play, Rick. Some are long developing plays, but that quick slant, it happens right away. You see, there's no extra time to make sure the wedge wrench comes out of the window. You don't double check, triple check. You leave and you leave right away, and it's kind of the same pressure on the driver. After your crew takes only 11 seconds to do the work, you have to get out here. And then when you call
We've had a possibility of rain so much recently. Like Richmond last week, it was supposed to be rain, but then it just cleared up and there was no rain. Pocono, there was not supposed to be rain in the forecast, but a little bit before the race, it rained. New Hampshire got pushed to Monday. Atlanta got rain shortened. Chicago had like the fucking flood of the century. Nashville was supposed to have some rain, but it held off. They moved up the start time. Sonoma was the one, like, no rain. Gateway had that, like, almost 2-hour red flag for the Lightning. Charlotte got postponed. And then before that, we've been pretty good. But it's just been the rain stretch. What's up, Andy? How you doing?
Because as you mentioned, week in and week out, they're all trying to bust off a 9-second pit stop.
Pit stops have kind of have turned into something like a restart. And what I mean by that is it's easy to say, let's just go nice and smooth and do 10.5-second pit stops. You better be okay losing 2 or 3 spots every time we come down pit road, which no team is. We see drivers 4 and 5 wide on restarts, and we ask ourselves why they take those risks. That's because that is the moment to capitalize. Pit road is that same thing. These pit crews train. This is their moment. They're the kicker.
What are you talking about, Andy? Rowdy lost his main channel for 3 strikes? What?
For 20, 30, 40 minutes. And they know at least 3, maybe 4 times today, the ball is going to be thrown into their...
Oh, Rowdy C-Dub, the Twitch guy that you watch.
Perspective of our stars, our drivers, with Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jeff Burton. Jeff, I would say to you, you guys always have the spotlight shined on you because you're the one who gets to hoist the trophy in victory lane. But you know how important it is to have 5, 6 guys that go over the wall, and they do it perfectly to get you out in front.
Well, this is a team sport, and it really shows up on pit road. But the reason pit stops become so important is because the on-track competition. This field today is as tight as we've ever seen it. The slowest car and the fastest car are so much closer together. If you're racing in 10th spot today, you're almost going to be running the same speed as the leader. The battle for 12th, 15th, 18th, it's a fierce battle, and all these cars and drivers are so close together that it makes anything you can do, whether it's a restart, a pit stop, whatever you can do to get in front of that guy, it's more important today, Junior, than it's ever been at any point.
Stream is in 1080 and your Wi-Fi can only support 360 quality max. Really?
pit road, to be able to get onto pit road as quickly as possible, to be able to run the pit road speed as close as you can without going over, and then to exit pit road, especially on green flag stops. And to be able to place the car in the box.
My stream's in 1080.
All those things are more scrutinized, and there's data. There's data that can tell your crew chief that you're the 15th best driver on pit road. You're the 30th best driver on pit road. And he can tell you exactly where you need to get better. And this is something that all of the drivers work on during the week. Josh Wise's program with Chevrolet, they're constantly working on how to get better and faster on pit road. They're watching film of each other. All the drivers in the Truck, Xfinity, and the Cup Series all work together to try to improve each other and push each other. And that's why also I think we see a lot of mistakes, speeding mistakes. These drivers are asked to drive right to the limit of the speed on pit road. That was not the case 10 years ago. You were just asked to get close, just do a decent job. And now it's more about trying to get everything you can.
Precision is so important with drivers, crew members, everyone involved to get your driver up front. Nobody has been up front more than Kevin Harvick, definitely as of lately. Here, 5 of the last 7 races, he has ended up in victory lane. Let's chat with him here in his last Michigan race.
What happened with Noah Gregson, a definite suspension? Yeah, he liked an offensive meme on Instagram,
First question is, how's the traffic
and
out there?
so he got suspended for it.
Breaking this weather?
It is raining, yes, but it's pretty light rain right now. Yeah, so Noah Gregson liked this. I honestly think it's a dumb suspension. Like if he had posted that meme, yeah, I would agree with the suspension. I think that'd be a fair suspension. But simply liking a post, it's like I feel like that's just because I could see anybody doing something like that. Like there's been times where I'm just like zoned the fuck out, and I'll just be scrolling through my fucking Instagram or whatever, and I'll just be liking every post. I won't even like look at the post. I'll just be like, just zone the fuck out, and like
What's it like to come back to Michigan, a place you've had so
I don't
much
know. It's
success?
just kind of dumb. Like, and plus, I think it's weird behavior to be like looking at people's Instagram likes. It's kind of weird.
And that's one thing that's so great about our sport. You can involve your kids and your whole family to, it's really just a traveling family to come to the racetrack and really be a part of your job.
Oh, he didn't even like it right now, like recently.
Sorry for me about having to travel so much because I've been so fortunate to spend the time with my kids and wife and enjoy my job as well. So to see their art skills is pretty entertaining. So that's always fun to see. But definitely been fun here in Michigan to be able to share those moments with them and to be able to have them come back and wear this helmet proudly today.
But I think y'all are checking pit road speed, so I'll let you get back at it. Good luck today, man.
Thank you.
So Field's going to be making the way onto pit road to check that speed that you guys have talked so adamantly about. You got to do everything right.
Well, I bring up the helmet because it's been Kevin's last year, and
All right, they're doing the pit road speed check.
But he's really been business as usual. So it was very interesting and cool for me to see him do something a little special at a track. It's easy to list all the tracks that he's had success at because it's a long, long list.
Yeah, they're getting you for anything for any time period. Yeah.
Helmet for you and wear that here in Michigan. Really cool. Kevin Harvick. More on it.
And what you didn't hear from Kevin is that there was a little hiccup this morning for the Ford team. An engine bolt from someone else's car went through their splitter yesterday. Now, crew chief Rodney Childers said they were allowed to repair the damage. NASCAR was allowing them to keep their starting position. So I asked, with that behind you, what is the outlook today for you and this team? He said it is going to be very challenging to get points in the first stage, starting 22nd. He said we were just way too tight yesterday. Kevin did not have the car he wanted, the car he needed to do the things he could do at this track. He said we will have to do something strategy-wise to improve our track position. We're going to have to flip the script. And Park, if any team can do it here, it's the team of Kevin Harvick. 5 of the last 7, they have found victory lane here.
Yeah, they've definitely been successful. For Bubba Wallace, he comes into this race 54 points above the cut line. This is a very crucial race as they try to get into the playoffs. Looking ahead, you have the road courses and Daytona. You want to come out here with the biggest bumper possible, so there's a lot of intensity around this race. Bubba has been very vocal about how he's been very loose and relaxed with this playoff pressure, but his crew chief, Rudy Barker, told me I haven't been. He's been intense. We had a very fired up conversation this morning where he said, my intensity is all-time high. This means a lot. There's a lot on play here, and I'm bringing everything I possibly can. And how loose is Bubba, Marty? Well, just a couple laps on these pace laps ago, he was updated on who won the IndyCar race. I won't spoil it for everyone, but he was wondering who got that win.
So, Parker, what's up with Trackhouse Racing? Team owner Justin March wondered the same thing earlier this week. He said, we endemically have to find out what's happening with our team. Where's our speed gone? But these are the types of moments that define a race team. For Ross Chastain, since his win at Nashville, he has not finished better than...
No, they're bringing the cars down pit road and stopping them.
Crew chief told me earlier this week, I feel like this is the type of track where we'll have an advantage. We need to show up with speed. They have done that. They qualified second. We'll see if Chastain can show that speed throughout the race as the cars now coming down pit road, Rick.
Yeah, Marty, and NASCAR told them that they can cover them up. It looks like there is just a really small cell that is about to get us. They're going to keep the drivers in the cars, but they are allowed to cover them up, so the crews are going to be running out here with covers in just a second.
And listen, we have to just remind everybody, 2 miles, 200 miles an hour. You know, we've seen some rain affect racing in Daytona. We've seen an issue at New Hampshire. This is something, Jeff, I know you and I have had a lot of conversations about this, that, you know, NASCAR is trying their best to make sure they're asking these drivers to go 200 miles an hour into turn 1. They want to make sure the track is ready. This is not a type of track you can kind of roll down in with sprinkles on the windshield.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they don't have much choice, and I know it's under caution, but if you look at the radar, it looks like it might, you know, might drop just a little bit more, then it could go away. So, you know, they're just being proactive. It's something we saw since Daytona last year where they drove into turn 1, this shower started, huge wreck, and since that point, NASCAR has looked at things differently.
Is it going to rain every summer / fall? Yes. That's literally what happens.
Weather imminent here for a few minutes. They're going to keep the drivers in the cars. That's confident. That shows you the confidence they get going again. But they're just getting proactive here. Now that do NASCAR.
Yeah, great word there, proactive, man. So drivers will stay strapped in the cars. They're going to cover them up. Hopefully, just a brief shower passes through, and we'll get back to racing here in Michigan.
What do you mean back to racing? We haven't even started racing.
Driver Brand, summer is more than a season. It's an opportunity to load up on more toys, to stop looking for fun and be the one who brings it, and to make
at least Pocono and Richmond weren't affected. Yeah.
Make this the summer you drive America's best light duty.
Well, at Pocono there was a little bit of rain before the race, but not enough to delay anything. Richmond, it was actually supposed to rain, but it didn't.
Celebrate IHOP's 65th anniversary, so come on in, even if it's your birthday too. Available for a limited time, only at IHOP. Download the app and start earning free food. Too many people parenting your parenting? Your baby deserves less. 2 ingredients and nothing more. Water Wipes purely protects.
When the details take precedence, the rest falls perfectly into place. We strip away everything but the essential, and what we're left with are thoughtful bedrooms for modern living. Thuma.
What's your opinion on IHOP taco pancakes? I didn't hear about that, but that sounds interesting.
So if you got to be a welder or a farmer or a ditch digger, that's just who you are that day. And tomorrow, you can be somebody else.
Think about some of the names that have lived in Michigan: Ford, Chevrolet, Dodge, Buick, Olds. Roger Penske, actually born in Ohio, lived in Bloomfield Hills. Jack Roush, born in Kentucky, lived in Ypsilanti. How about Eminem, Aretha Franklin, Madonna, great musicians. The name Hewlett, Hewlett-Packard, and Kellogg, all from Michigan. They spent a lot of their lives here, making things that now are commonplace with us. We're seeing Daniel Suarez strapping back in. He made a quick pit stop while cars were on pit road. Bubba Waugh's going to take his helmet off while he's still strapped into the car. How difficult is it, drivers, to be that close?
Yeah, I mean, you get frustrated.
Last night in a late model race, Landon Hoffman drove into an Oldsmobile late model. Oh, I want to see the link.
I'm ready to go and hate waiting around and hate sitting here, but then as the conversation goes on, you see the reasoning and understanding.
Oh, those things. I've seen those.
Man, this is just going to happen when it happens. Everybody has plans, right?
Looks aight.
Everybody's got something going on
I'll eat it.
tonight, something happening tomorrow. But racing doesn't schedule itself around those plans. And so whenever we race is when we race. And it's going to be a little frustrating for drivers to get in and out of the car, but you kind of got to stay ready. I always felt like a rain delay was going to catch a couple guys off guard. When it was time to go back racing, some of them might not be in game mode, right? Some of them might not be plugged in and tuned in, and that was an opportunity for me.
Yeah, to me, you know, this is an opportunity. Like, you and your team have spent some time together. You spent time together yesterday after practice and qualifying. You started formulating the game plan. You got back together today, and you formalized that game plan. And now you go into this race with, here's our goal for the first part of the race. Then you get out here. It's a chance to go spend time with them again. And before you leave them, going to your car,
It's going to be a little bit.
today, you got to reformulate that plan. You got to remind each other, okay, this was the goal. What changes? Does the weather change anything? Does the competition caution change?
Yeah, they lost the backstretch.
The next time you leave that crew chief, you and he need to be on the same page. If not, you will kind of get caught in the sleep.
So this will be a little bit.
It's the job of the spotter, the crew chief, the driver, everybody to get each other picked up and ready to go when this race starts.
The guy who was ready to go a year ago had a second place finish here in August was the driver of the 23, Bubba Wallace. He's standing by with Parker.
Yeah, Rick, and he's quite loose at the moment, joking around. Yeah, you're my umbrella holder. Thank you so much. It's so nice of you. It's really kind. Hey, what's going through your mind right here? It's rain. They've almost got this thing started. What do you expect there to start?
Hurry up and wait. This is probably the stuff that's on the radar you can't predict, so it's super hard, right? You want to get as ready as you can and get there and get out.
Dirt cars on a road course.
Just it's hard to predict. So unfortunately, we're at the hands of Mother Nature.
Oh, on a street course.
She's consistent, more consistent than any of us in the field. So
that's interesting.
Right now.
So your 54 points look good. I talked to your crew chief, Lee Barker. He was intense this morning when I went. You were loose. You were hanging out. He was intense. He was like, "This matters. This is an important race. How do you keep it so light right now?"
That's my loose moments, right? It's when I put the fire suit on and go back to the bus. So after I seen you,
Here's the Oldsmobile video.
I was booty. I think we switched roles in that amount of time. So you know, we understand that where we're at, where no one's safe. We got to go out. Nothing's given. We got to go out and earn everything and work hard and bust our ass for it. So we just have to understand that from the driver's seat, from the crew chief, from the big crew. We all got to understand the situation that we're in. Just have that awareness. So you know, excited when we do get to go racing. I feel like our Ford Toyota Camry is okay. I mean, it's good enough to be 11th, but I think we're a 6th to 8th place car right now. So got to tinker on a little bit to find that speed that we didn't have from last year.
I feel like that's almost a difference this year maybe for you guys, is you have that speed. Like, you have that each and every week you show up. It seems like you are at the front of the field. You have the speed to contend. That has to give you almost a little bit of calm in the position you guys are in.
No doubt. I mean, you understand it, right? When you're in a position like this and a team like 2311, bringing fast cars, and you're just, you know, blessed to be able to drive them.
Glad I didn't watch yesterday because it was follow the leader every lap.
You see where the Toyota teammates and even your 2311 teammate, where they're at, and it's like, all right, you got to step up and deliver. So I've appreciated the challenge over the last couple of years of just trying to compete and showcase what these cars are made of. And sometimes I hit it, sometimes I don't, but you live to fight another day and then rebound back for the next week.
All right, quickly, don't spoil it for everyone.
Very boring.
You need to know the IndyCar winner.
My buddy Scotty qualified on the pole and let me down again. So I think we're even on, you know, pulling for each other and not delivering. So hopefully he's not pulling too hard for me.
It's only a sort of spoiling there, Kim.
Blaze over here yelling at Bubba to wrap it up. I think it was actually Parker driving that interview, but out of the race car, I know the circumstances aren't ideal. You can't really tell us anything about what the track's doing because you haven't had an opportunity to go green, but how does this affect just what you have to do to get your mind right when you have these interruptions?
Can't be more boring than this.
Used to this so much this year. It never decides to rain until we get in the car, and then race laps, get ready to go, and it starts raining. So that kind of,
I love the Xfinity Series race was good. Just wish Justin didn't get screwed over by Ty Gibbs spinning him in the pits. Yeah, I did see that.
Ready to get going and kind of get your mind right and ready to race, and then you got to take a break, and you don't know how long it's going to be. But it just kind of is what it is. So it's unfortunate. I don't really know what the rain's going to do. I guess we'll find out here shortly.
I know you were looking for a little more out of qualifying. You still have a 9th place starting position. You said it's a high commitment racetrack, though. That was for qualifying. Is that the case in the race? And how do you do that lap after lap?
Well, you know what we're gonna do during this rain delay? We're gonna watch some baseball. Gonna watch the Red Sox. PlayStation, you want to connect to the internet? I guess we won't watch baseball. Oh wait, no, never mind. Never mind, it connected to the internet. Seems you'll be with me in the future. Astros 5, Yanks 4. Oh, a link. Oh yeah, Diet Dew Hunter. A near flip yesterday? I want to see that. Where's the near flip? Just... Oh. I don't know why I'm subjecting myself to watch the Red Sox right now when they're down fucking 6-1.
Go back to the beginning of the season. I thought Chris Sale was the key to the whole thing, as far as staying healthy.
I agree.
And when he was on the mound this season before the injury, he looked a lot like the old Chris Sale. Runner goes.
Never liked Ty, especially after the Gregson, the title last year in Xfinity Series. I felt bad. His dad dies a few hours after that. Yeah. I give him the benefit. I mean, he's a good guy. I mean, I like Ty Gibbs. I always have. I mean, I've never been one of those Ty Gibbs haters, but, you know, I get where a lot of people are coming from.
Drilled by the pitch. And will he hang in there?
Ooh, ouch. Yeah, that's not a fun spot. That's where you get that numbness in your fingers. Hits that nerve, and it takes a while for that feeling to come back. Not easy, too, as a catcher, that you got to throw. This is where you're hoping for a long inning, because sometimes it can take a half inning to come back where you feel it. But as a catcher, you're throwing the ball back to the pitcher constantly.
Joe Vera walk on the wild side. That'll bring out Dave Bush for a console, first and second. A walk and a hit batter. And Toronto looking to add on with Kiermaier next.
This is where it gets dicey too, because Murphy wasn't able to be stretched out in this game. Yeah, Jakes went down. Got Robertson. They got called up. And I don't know if you're going to be able to have Wink today. Probably not. No Wink. So, and that's only if you're getting back in this game. So,
Wink an inning in 2/3 yesterday. Brings up Kiermaier, RBI single today, 1 for 2.
Near flip is this.
They've got Biggio at second and Kirk the runner at first. Nobody out. Sharply hit up the middle, base hit.
God damn it.
Biggio rounds, he's going to
Jesus fucking Christ, he's fast.
And that'll make it 7-1. Kiermaier with his second RBI single today. Nothing good ever comes of a leadoff walk.
No.
Yeah, man got airborne.
Watch Javera's glove too.
KB interview, go to TV.
Watch this.
I don't care. Kyle Busch has been interviewed hundreds of times.
That's 2 base off a run. But if you throw your glove at the ball, that's 2 bases. Do it on purpose. If he hits it. Well, I don't think he threw his glove on purpose. Doesn't matter. It comes off. Really? Yeah.
So if a line drive hits my glove and it forces the glove off,
that's different. If the glove comes off your hand, it hits the ball.
Fouled off the end of the bat by DeYoung, who struck out and hit into a fielder's choice. It's a good one for the kids. Don't throw your glove.
Yeah, there's been a lot of times that I've thought about it. Or at a teammate. This is good.
Yeah, I still feel bad for Michael Waltrip. You know, won the Daytona 500, which should be the happiest moment of his life. And I mean, it was for, you know, until he found out.
Beyond third, so they're going to be loaded up here for Toronto. 4 consecutive base runners to begin the inning. And with nobody out, they're trying to put this game on ice here in the middle innings. Already a long way down that line, leading at 7-1.
I don't think a ball's been hit hard yet this inning. You got bases loaded and a run in.
So top of the order, and Whitmer Field struck out, grounded out, walked and scored. No place to put him. Ground ball to short. Reyes goes to first, and he'll get the out there as another run comes in to score. Kirk crossing the plate, 8-1. So Merrifield did not hit it very hard, but he does pick up an RBI, his 52nd.
He jammed it really good on that. Merrifield, after hitting that homer, I mean, first game he had that big homer to lead it off, had another single, but since then they've gone at it pretty good. He's had some struggles.
Second and third with one away. 2 runs home in the inning. Belt is 1 for 3 with a bunt single. 11 hits now for Toronto.
And just when you think you're getting back in this game, the Blue Jays have put the 2 spot again on them.
Toronto at the moment 7.5 out in the division. They still have time to make a move there. See what happens with Baltimore. They're 0-0 with the Mets in the 5th inning today. 1 out, 3-0 pitch, and he's going to walk him to reload the bases.
Seems fucking terrible.
Today's 180 moment of the game presented by Awaken 180 weight loss. Back to what he did in the 4th inning.
Yeah, he got a middle pitch from Murphy, and Murphy knew right away, and so did Schneider, that ball was long gone. Out of the ballpark, 2-run homer, and this kid is fun to watch.
Awaken 180, the official weight loss program of the Boston Red Sox. He's also added a single. He's only hitting .636 for the weekend.
Only?
Meanwhile, Richard Blyer loosening the Red Sox pen. And that's going to drill him. He gets hit by the pitch and they'll force in a run. Boy, he's all over the place. Joe Rivera's going to force in a run. He's hit 2 batters in the inning. 9-1 Toronto.
sinker. They got away from him. Top of the hand.
They showed Logano, and the cloud behind him scared me. Sun is back.
So Springer will be the next man.
Well, I have Bob Hawkers' tweet notifications on, so.
He's gone 2 for 3. Just the one on the inning. Which has gone walk, hit batsman, single, 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 walk, hit batsman.
I know these aren't on purpose and all that, but there's been a lot of high and tight pitches for the Red Sox and the Blue Jays, so don't be surprised if you see something later in this game.
I was just going to mention that.
George 256, 13 home runs. Set a really fine series here. No place to put him.
This is one of those situations that you got to take one for the team here. You got to stay out there.
I'll tell you, nobody left. This opener thing, back-to-back, that we've had for a few weeks, it's been tough. This bullpen has been overworked and used so much.
You can't do it forever.
No.
It's going to blow up on you at some point.
Eventually, and it's usually around.
This is a fucking terrible game.
You know, the innings pile up, the appearances pile up. You know, early in the season, April, May, June, yes, I can see it continuing to go down that route, but too many pitches under your belt. This is hard. It's hard.
And they were lucky that the schedule had a lot of off days.
Yeah,
that was big. Now there's no off days. I mean, you're playing a lot of games, and I think 2 off days only. Oh no.
Did he offer? He did not. Wow. Held up his swing there.
Thought he hit him again.
That was close.
Nah, I'm not gonna watch another baseball game while the Red Sox are on.
That's a lot. Just one off day on August 14 in that span.
Yeah, I don't like that schedule where after the All-Star break you have all those off days that they had. It's a bad scheduling in my opinion.
After the off day on August 14, Red Sox will play games 16 consecutive days.
Did they not have an option to pick an off day somewhere during the season? They could.
3-2 line into left to Yoshida to make the catch. The runner will tag. DeYoung will romp on home, and Toronto gets
10-1.
Springer picks up the RBI. 10-1 Toronto. On the sac fly, runners at first and second. For all we talked about early in the game about you need to bounce back, you need to put an awful day yesterday behind as quickly as you can, this was kind of predictable. The Red Sox down 10-1. Could be a lot worse by the end of the day. Here's Chapman. Chapman has a 2-run double today.
And if we keep seeing the score, you know, if the Red Sox don't bounce back and get a bunch of runs, we'll probably see a position player come in at some point.
What do you want to do?
Just give me a uniform, I'll go out there.
Me too.
I'll throw. They never allowed me to pitch in the major leagues. That was like my dream. And I would, you know, like Tucker Barnhart.
Oh no, I know we're not gonna beat the Blue Jays, but
little bloopers, softball style.
I don't feel like it's right for me to watch another game while my team's playing. You know?
You know, that's how you do it.
Unless there's like a no-hitter, obviously.
You've given it a lot of thought.
A lot. A lot of thought. And the problem is some guy has taken up, you know, 10 years after my career, Tucker Barnhart is killing it.
2 and chase that. 2 down, 2 on. 4 runs into the inning. And at the moment, the Toronto Blue Jays racing toward a sweep in this Giant series. It certainly was for the Red Sox going into Friday's game. That's grounded foul. The Red Sox had dominated the season series until this 3 games. It's gone completely the other direction.
Could you break Brock Holt's record velocity-wise? Is it 38? 37?
I mean, Tucker Barnhart's right there with them. I think they're hand in hand. I mean,
tied?
I don't know. It was slow. We saw him.
Line drive and a
Holy
base hit
shit,
over
what the
leaping
fuck?
Arias, and that'll bring in another run to make it 11-1. An RBI single for Chapman, who's driven in 3 runs today. Make that a 5-run fifth. That's the end of the line here for Joe Vera. And all Toronto today, 11-1. We have another pitching change at Fenway. We'll take the break and return with more in just a moment.
Taste the difference with Perry's ice cream. Delight in richer, creamier ice cream in every spoonful. With so many flavors to choose from, there's an indulgence for every craving. Only with Perry's. Find us at your local retailer or visit perrysicecream.com.
When the lunches you pack with love are filled with quality ingredients. When you can celebrate big wins with low prices. And when saving on easy dinners together bring everyone a smile, that's totally Target.
What makes baseball even better? Shohei, more action? How about more steals, Acuna? More hits? Nestor? Okay, Mookie, more hits? What if the games are just quicker?
Just a bit outside.
The game has changed, and fans are saying, oh yeah.
Tens of thousands of customers wrote about Carvana being easy in their 5-star reviews, including Eric.
The whole process was really simple and easy. And this is my 3rd time selling to Carvana.
So I can practically do it from memory now. You just enter your license plate or your VIN, answer a few questions, boom, you get a reel off.
True story. It's still shocking how easy it was to sell my car to Carvana.
Sell your car to Carvana today.
Baseball's biggest moments are live on MLB Big Inning. MLB.tv's nightly show takes you from game to game for all the grand slams, no-hitters, walk-offs, and more.
We make cars that thrill. Shop NissanUSA.com. By PNC Bank, helping to make banking easier. And by Zenni, the official eyewear of the Red Sox. 5-4now.com call to the bullpen. This will be Blyer on to try and get that elusive 3rd out. Toronto leading it 11-1. Kevin Biggio started the inning with a walk. Digs in again. He has scored a run in this inning. The runners at 1st and 3rd, 2 down. So the Blue Jays running away with the series. You got 4 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th inning, 5 so far in this inning. So he becomes the 4th pitcher today. Trying to stop the bleeding.
That's fucking weird.
And he will by snaring that line drive to retire the side, but they get 5 more.
Yo, what the fuck?
What makes baseball even better? Shohei, more action? How about more steals, Acuna? More hits? Nestor? Okay, Mookie, more hits? What if the games are just quicker?
Just a bit outside.
The game has changed, and fans are saying, oh yeah.
Oof, gotta get rid of this.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried down erase and refresh?
It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them 3 times better than detergent alone.
Guess the odor went bye-bye.
Nope.
That's not us.
Rinse odor away with Downy Rinse and Refresh.
Downy and Tide are giving back with $1.5 million in scholarships. Enter to win.
Jessie loves playing detective.
But since we found out she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
At first, we thought the problem was our puppy. Look, what's in the clue?
Or something outside.
But the culprit was our old detergent.
Uh-huh.
So we switched to Tide Pods Free and Gentle. It cleans better and doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
And it has no dyes or perfume, so it's gentle on your skin. Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods Free and Gentle. Tide and Downy are giving back with $1.5 million in scholarships. Enter to win.
MLB The Show Legend Line. Ready to play?
Let's get it.
Come on. Sick. Man, you like that? Check out the new storylines mode where you can play as one of the Negro League baseball legends.
Your voice sounds familiar. Do I know you?
Just call me the captain.
All Red Sox tickets. Seats start at only $14. Get the tickets you want and the service you deserve. Visit aceticket.com or call 1-800-MY-SEATS-NOW.
Well, Toronto with a dominating effort. They lead at 11-1. And at the midway point here in the bottom of the fifth inning, Red Sox bring up Yoshida, Turner, and Devers against Chris Bassett in search of his 11th win. Massa launching that one high and deep.
All right.
The ball back there, and that is going to catch the monster.
Double.
Back down for Kiermaier.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay. I think that's out. I think it's out.
Incredible slide. Wow.
I don't know, though. They probably won't look at it.
Kevin Kiermaier, I'll tell you, he's played some games here with the Rays, but the way he played this off the wall was beautiful. Gets us momentum going. Bare hand, a little offline to the left.
Oh, no, that was safe.
Make this great slide and then hold on to the base. Oh, wow, that was really close on his pocket hanging out.
Connor Wong to bat for Turner. JT went 1 for 3 in the game with a single. So Connor to hit the DH spot. Yu Chang has come to the on-deck area. So Alex Cora going to his bench.
Why are you taking Rafael Devers out of the
The
game?
game is swinging a high pop. Racing out DeYoung. Merrifield coming in. Merrifield will track that down for the first out. And now Yu Chang to be announced. Red Sox lifting both Turner and Devers to this point. Casas is on deck. He's homered for the only Red Sox run so far. Runs on 12 hits for Toronto, 1 run on 6 hits for the Sox. Yu batting 165 with 6 home runs. The Yankees have bounced back. They were losing 5-1 for Houston. It's now 5-5 in the 5th inning. Schneider handles that chance. Hits the out there, and down to third Yoshida with 2 away. StatCast is powered by Google Cloud.
His last at bat in the 4th inning, first pitch, Ambush City. And he is at 102.5 exit velocity for 414-foot homer.
Will we have a race today? I don't know.
So that 102 exit velocity got out into the bullpen, but the 101 did get up on the wall yesterday.
All on the ankle.
It's all on the ankle.
Ankle and exit velocity. It has to be a combination of both.
Bassett. Oh, look out. Now a boat too. That was hammered.
Then you got to factor wind patterns and the barometric pressure wake. Just threw that one in.
That was amazing. I know you did.
Sounds like your 5-day forecast. High pressure system moving in from Canada. Give you a look at the 5-day.
Need to call Kevin Kanowitz.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, ball flies in El Nino too.
Oh, we're throwing that in now.
You're
too.
big on El Nino.
Hey man, it's El Nino right
You've
now.
got the El Nino pattern memorized. Good for you.
I'm a huge Chris Farley fan, so you know when El Nino hits, do my research. Just be careful of La Nina.
Yeah, she's not friendly. She's really mean.
With 2 strikes, Cox is getting his timeout. Massa the runner at third. Around Grounded back to the pitcher Bassett. He'll handle that, and that is all. Nothing comes of a leadoff double.
The long-lasting scent of gained flames made it smell like Dave was in his happy place. The massage chair at the mall. But he wasn't. Gain Flakes with Oxy Boost and Febreze. New Gain plus Ultra Oxy. Now at Walmart.
Are you tired of clean clothes that just don't smell clean? What if your clothes could stay fresh for weeks? Now they can. Downy Unstoppables In-Wash Scent Boosters keep your laundry smelling fresh way longer than detergent alone. Pour a cap of Downy Unstoppables into your washing machine before each load. And enjoy fresher smelling laundry. If you want laundry to smell fresh for weeks, make sure you have Downy Unstoppables In-Wash Scent Boosters.
Downy and Tide are giving back with $1.5 million in scholarships. Enter to win.
Learn how to give back to those who give us so much. Because sometimes there's a science to caring. Earn your BS in Animal Science 100% online at Unity Environmental University. Learn how to sustain those who sustain us. Learn how to heal, to strengthen, to understand. Join a learning community where science and compassion intersect. Give back doing what you love. Fall classes start August 28th. Taste the difference with Perry's ice cream. Delight in richer, creamier ice cream in every spoonful. With so many flavors to choose from, there's an indulgence for every craving. Only with Perry's. Find us at your local retailer or visit perrysicecream.com.
Part of a tough weekend here at Fenway Park against the Blue Jays. I'm Adam Pellerin. Join us despite the results here at Fenway this weekend for WB Mason Extra Innings Live. Who but WB Mason celebrating 125 years. We'll look back on the series. We will look back on a very eventful Saturday, and we will look ahead to the Royals series as well. Plus, guys, of course, keeping an eye on the rehab assignment for the Woo Sox today. Chris Sale had a good outing. Got some other guys that are on their way back as well, including Trevor Story, though he won't join the team until his rehab assignment is up, which is expected to be on Wednesday.
And thank you very much. Popped up, caught by Casas off the back of Alejandro Kirkwood.
Also, one thing to remember is that in the summer in Michigan, the sun goes down like super late. Like, the sunset for tonight is 8:49. So, and I mean, it probably might actually get dark a little bit after that. Like, we got a while. We still got 5 hours to get this thing in.
11-1 Toronto. One man away here in the sixth inning. Kiermaier with a couple of base hits and a couple of RBIs, so he's done plenty of damage. They've scored all 11 of their runs.
I don't know. I really don't know if they'll postpone it till tomorrow or what the deal is.
Kiermaier, the man who made the catch on the warning track up against the National League scores there in last night's game, and then turned and realized that Reese McGuire had already rounded third, fired it in to double him up, and a crushing defeat. He will strike out here.
Catch the Ultimate Red Sox Show tonight at 6 as we hear from High Bloom to get the latest on the state of the Sox. Presented by Awaken 180 Wings.
Number 9 man DeYoung. He's added a single today to their 12-hit attack. Red Sox went on that West Coast swing, hoping to make some noise. They were facing very good pitching. They knew that. The Sox were also playing well. They wound up going 2-4. Rangy play by Cheng. Nice throw, too, to get him. Best defensive play the Red Sox have made today. That's a 1-2-3 inning.
If you love
baseball, you need to watch Baseball Show of Record, MLB Tonight.
We've got a bunch of games kicking off.
Who gets you ready to start the evening? These guys.
With Harold Reynolds, I'm Adnan Burke. Good to have you with us.
Join Harold and Adnan for a first look at the night's matchup.
Shohei Ohtani. We're going to talk about this guy forever.
First take from the players.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks for having me. And the first of many breakdowns.
Let's put this in perspective.
And as your game night continues, stay tuned for the ultimate late night baseball party. With live look-ins to the night's biggest moments.
MLB Tonight takes you live inside the park.
Best interviews.
I've never asked a player, do you need a blanket? It is kind of cold out there.
And cutting-edge analysis from TV's best former players.
The radar is saying, my radar is saying that there's not supposed to be any rain at the track for the rest of the day. So
This is going to be a big deal tonight. Exactly. You got to top that.
MLB Tonight, every night.
But I don't really trust my radar anymore. It's kind of proven that it should not be trusted.
Watch games and coverage all day, every day, your way on MLB Network.
I'm not even joking. If I'm Oscar Colas and I have a son, his name would be Coca. Colas? Coca-Colas. Were you at CB's first pick for being biked up today?
The biggest bats in the biz square up on MLB Network's Monday afternoon showcase. It's an NL West showdown as Freeman bats the Dodgers bring the swing against Soto, Tatis, and the Padres. The Casamigos Tequila MLB Network showcase, Monday at 4 Eastern.
CVS Health is a leading healthcare solutions company and a trusted partner for every meaningful moment of health. You can learn more at cvs.com/health. Underway in the bottom of the sixth inning, 11-1 Toronto. Verdugo returning to the lineup today, 1 for 2, a single. And he'll drill a base hit into right field. So a couple of knocks for Alex today.
Wow, did you see that? Yeah. That was the Ephus curve.
Yep.
62. Watch this. He slowed down. Good job.
Shit.
Gave him the opportunity to hit that ball like that.
2 for 3 on the day. Fly ball center field. Kiermaier back all the way to the wall. Leaping up.
Oh my God.
Boy, did he time that perfectly. Throw back into first will not double on Verdugo. But an outstanding play out there. Cut his arm, too, up around the elbow.
Uh-oh.
And he's bleeding.
Oh, he's bleeding. Kevin Kiermaier.
Heck of a play. A game play. Been a lot of them.
Now Biggio's got it on his hands. He's got to get cleaned off as well. Kevin Kiermaier is one heck of a center fielder.
Yeah, he is.
We check out the T-Mobile coverage cam on this catch. Bloodied but unbound.
I mean, the whole way he's tracking this, he's feeling for the back of the wall and then just commits to it. Ouch. But the throw was even more impressive, too. On a fly to first base. He had a little bit more room, you know, and that's the hard part of playing into that triangle. You just don't know how much distance you have with that angle. But a heck of a play to Rob.
Up against the gate for that bleacher bar, and you can once again realize how many Toronto.
Is he being taken out of the game, or are they just... They shouldn't take him out of the game for that. Just get him cleaned up.
He's trying to give his outfield card.
Yeah, he took it out of his back pocket before he realized it.
Marshall probably has one.
Oh, they are taking him out of the game.
To come into the game.
Really?
Take over in center field.
He didn't need to be taken out of the game for a fucking... His arm's bleeding.
Are impressing you in a lot of ways. Okay, they take Kiermaier out, who's a Gold Glove center fielder, and put another great young center fielder out in there. I mean, they got a really good outfield to start, and then the depth. A lot of depth.
Yeah, I mean, when they've got Springer in there, same time, Kiermaier and Varsho are playing. That's a tremendous defensive game. You know, they're doing all this damage against the Sox today without Vladdy Guerrero and without Bo Bichette.
Vladdy needed a day. You can tell he's not catching up to fastballs like he usually does. A little steep on his swing, a little uphill. Sometimes that comes with just being a little tired. You know, August is a tough month to get through as a baseball player.
Reese McGuire 0 for 2. He's lined to center, hit the ball well, but he's also struck out. 1 out and 1 on. Toronto very capable of making a long run with this pitching staff.
Yeah. They got Ryu coming. You know, Ryu's going to be starting, I think. They got 4 starters. That's all you really need in the playoffs too, right? You don't need 5. If you get that 4, you know, in the first series too, you only really need 3. But when you get in that 7-game series, you know, 4 starters the way they do, it's tough.
Swing and a miss on the sweeper to strike him out. 2 gone. Chris Bassett getting all sorts of run support, but also pitching well today. He's allowed only the 1 run.
Maybe, I mean, you got Kikuchi there as well.
They're also a really good defensive team. They've only committed 50 errors. Red Sox have made 77. Red Sox at the bottom in defense and Toronto near the top. They can certainly get rolling offensively as they've showed today, and throughout the last few years. In for a strike on Pablo, who's drawn a pair of walks. 11 runs, 12 hits for the Blue Jays, 1 run on 7 hits for Boston. Neither side has been charged with an error. Two on Reyes. Wearing Kike's old shoes today, as you pointed out. Left behind in the locker.
Yeah, Kike's got enough shoes for the whole team, it feels like.
He had a lot more shoes than we did back in the day.
It's like basketball players.
He went. Strike 3. 73 miles an hour in there. Back-to-back strikeouts for Bassett.
Denver's is going to be on the hill.
With MLB.tv, the excitement of baseball follows you. Now, you can watch the action unfold from virtually anywhere with live games streaming on any device.
Change-up is excellent tonight.
Then, enhance your in-game. Experience with real-time stats and graphics, pitch by pitch, all game long. Plus, easy access to MLB original content.
I love the Boys and Girls Clubs because they help you believe that you can make it to the big leagues.
Big league to what? Wow. Art? Construction? Baseball?
How'd you guess?
With the help of Major League Baseball, the Boys and Girls Clubs of America help kids make it to the big leagues of anything.
The biggest bats in the biz square up on MLB Network's Monday afternoon showcase. It's an NL West showdown as Freeman Bats and the Dodgers bring the swing against Soto, Tatis, and the Padres. The Casamigos Tequila MLB Network showcase, Monday at 4 Eastern.
Wondering how you stack up? Well, get ready to bring your best stuff to MLB Pitch Hit and Run. The official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball. Sign up for free for a chance to play your way to the 2023 Pitch Hit and Run Finals at the World Series. Visit pitchhitrun.com today.
Seventh inning, and Whit Merrifield up there again. Fifth time today he stood in. It's an RBI hit and a walk. He scored a run. Blue Jays with another big effort. They lead it 11-1. On a tap at first base, Casas will win that foot race easily for out number 1.
How much do you pay for MLB TV? I think it's like $150 a year. Some shit.
Dedicated to striking out cancer. For every strikeout by Red Sox pitcher, the Arbella Insurance Foundation donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund, up to $100,000. One quick out, Brandon Belt here. Has a bunt hit. He's drawn a walk. Each time he's reached today, he's scored a run. After this one is done, the Red Sox will have 51 games to play, beginning with that series against Kansas City tomorrow night. After that, Detroit comes in.
That's a strike right there. Should have been.
Instead, 2-0. He launches that one toward the wall. Yoshida back it up. Off the 10. He got real close. Belt with another extra base hit for the Blue Jays. He's into second base. His 21st double.
There's some left-handed hitters that would just have an absolute amazing career playing here, and I think Belt would be one of them. Likes to inside out that pitch, just like that. Utilize the ball, hit that double.
Schneider, the rookie, has put on a display in this series today. A 2-run homer and a single. There had to be ballparks for both of you guys that you left several times in your career and said, man.
Do you get every game? Yeah, I get every game except for MLB is fucking stupid. They have these blackout rules where, like, in your area, you can't watch, like, the games in your area. So, like, I can't watch the Yankees and the Mets. But everything else I can watch.
Because I love throwing inside in a dome.
Yeah, you had some numbers there. You cover you?
Oh, Philly, Cincinnati, bandboxes. Yankee Stadium, where you can hit oppo bombs to right field, the new one. That's the key. But this one was a good one. I mean, it's not, I lost a lot of homers in right center field. You drive the ball out there, and you just don't get it as much. But yeah, Cincinnati was, oh my goodness. I hit a homer there in right center field, and I was like, the ball's caught in Fenway.
Ryan Dempster used to call it Great American Small Park.
This guy is crushing.
Drops in for a base hit. That'll chase Belt around. He will score again.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Davis Schneider. I wonder if they're going to be able to get him on the flight out of here, because he loves it at Fenway Park. But that might be the case everywhere he goes. We'll see.
Yeah, these are the type of players too. Like, he's just he's a hitter. Like, it's not pretty, it's not sexy, like, and all the swing and all that, but he finds a way to get that barrel to the ball, and it's to left field, to right field. That's after he just got jammed off and hit the ball about 40 feet up here to the Red Sox dugout. He made an adjustment. These are the type of players, right? And I don't know enough of his backstory to say, but in today's game, you want to lock these guys up for a long period and try to get a discount.
He's 8 for 14 in his first Major League Series with 2 home runs, and has just tortured the Red Sox pitching staff all weekend.
I remember we did the games against last year against the Braves and Michael Harris. Just the little things you saw, you're like, man, this kid is 21 years old, or 20. He might have been 20 at the time, who knows? 21, whatever. He's super young, talented, And I think it was like a week or two later, they locked him up.
They did.
For a long contract, and that's why the Braves are going to have success for a while.
Braves have done an amazing job with that philosophy, you know, taking care of the young players before they get to arbitration. Most of the time, before it gets to that nasty stage of arbitration where they're insulting each other.
Well, and think about Riley. That deal that they got with Riley was incredible.
Ground ball. Red Sox trying to turn two. They will. 6-4-3 off the bat of Springer. But another run in. Toronto on top 12-1.
What's the deal? Are we ever gonna go racing?
How far we take an idea?
What is the point? What do you mean, what is the point? Oh, of the blackouts? I don't know. I think it's because they like want you to pay for cable. It's like a deal with like the cable companies that like they want you to pay for cable to be able to get the channels or some shit. I don't know. It's stupid.
Interacts with its surrounding and what it actually needs.
I have to go pee. And like I said, there's a wasp out there. There's a fucking wasp outside my room. Or at least last time I checked. So, it might still be there.
Find us at your local retailer or visit perrysicecream.com.
The biggest bats in the biz square up on MLB Network's Monday afternoon showcase. It's an NL West showdown as Freeman Bats and the Dodgers bring the swing against Soto, Tatis, and the Padres. The Casamigos Tequila MLB Network showcase, Monday at 4 Eastern.
They need a mentor. You need a job that trains you during your shift, like our programs in mechatronics and engineering, so you can increase your hourly pay 2 to 3 times and help program the winning shot, or any shot.
Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center providing first aid emergency care at Fenway throughout the season. BIDMC, the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox.
He was not out there.
12-1. They've doubled up the Sox 14-7 in the hit column.
I did not see any wasps.
Chris Bassett on the other side has been tough. He would be coming in 10-6.
Covers are coming off.
Four, now down to 3.89.
Drivers told to get to their cars. All right, let's fucking take this dumbass game off my TV.
Yeah, he's really just giving up that one home run to Casas. The score was 6-0 at the
Bubble, 4 races to go. How do you tackle this race?
Well, first of all, I'm so happy to talk to you on the way to the car. That's good. No, the mindset is execution. You know, the last couple of races have been a little bit difficult for us, speed-wise and execution-wise as well a little bit. But we haven't had the speed, and when you have a speed, it's way easier to execute. And I believe that the 99 brought actually a pretty good car for today. Yesterday we were finding a lot.
What did you use MLB TV on when your PlayStation was broken? My computer. Or the TV upstairs. The Apple TV.
I'm pretty confident that we can make a pretty good run at it.
You feel like those road courses an opportunity for you, I believe, right? Your prowess on those road courses?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I just feel like anything can happen, you know? I feel like there is so much opportunity for everyone, including ourselves. But, yeah, I think we're in a good spot. Hopefully we can get closer today. I mean, a win would be beautiful, but a top 5 would be very nice. And get some solid points, hopefully they win the next couple weeks.
You guys have like a tracker points-wise what you want to get per week, being 34 out right now? Is there something that makes you feel more comfortable over the next 3 weeks? Do you have a number in mind?
No, not really.
How come you don't have an Apple TV in your room? Because I have my PlayStation. I don't really need an Apple TV.
But no, I mean, at the end of the day, I have to control what I can control, and that's the 99 car right behind you. Everyone else I can control. So I have to maximize our potential, our execution, and our points, and everything else we're gonna take care of myself.
Yeah, don't let you control that beast over there, and good luck today.
Thank you, buddy.
So you heard the fans cheer, you heard what Kim said, drivers have been called to their cars. So DJ, how do you refocus as a driver now that you've had this delay and you got to go in and now do, what, 202, Brad is saying, 205 at turn one?
Yeah, thankfully it hasn't been that long since they were in the car and you had your mindset and ready to go. So this won't take long to do that. And the other side of it is when they get back in, they're once again, we heard a number of drivers talking about, even during the pace laps there earlier, you're saving fuel all the time. So you have something to do from the time that you get in the car these days to make all of this happen. So easy to get refocused, and you know that you've got to have your mind focused on what's at hand because of the high speeds we've been talking about here in Michigan.
And Brad, stage one was already tight on fuel if it went green right away. They ran around, what, 8-10 laps under caution? Those crew chiefs are going to be on the radio right away saying, man, you better save me everything you can.
Flip that switch, is going to be flipping right back off.
They should allow them to refuel cars when they do shit like that.
As the sun is peaking out here at Michigan, the rain appears to have gone through. Chase Elliott below the cut line right now. Could today be his day to get in victory lane? Christopher Bell would love to make that happen. He starts from the pole. We're finally going to go racing in Michigan with the sun out here in just a moment.
The Bush Guide, bold and smooth survival skills. Stop.
Leaves of 3, leave them be. Cans of 6, take your pick. Head for the mountains of
$5 all-you-can-eat pancakes are back to celebrate IHOP's 65th anniversary. So come on in, even if it's your birthday too. Available for a limited time, only at IHOP. Download the app and start ordering.
Buying a car from Vroom is so easy. All you need is a phone and a finger. Just go to vroom.com, scroll through thousands of cars, then tap to buy. That's it. No sales speak, no wasted time. Go to vroom.com and pick your favorites.
With Wendy's BOGO dollar deal, your dollar never tasted so good. So everyone's gonna get
Spicy chicken sandwich and a nub.
I was gonna say that frosty and the sausage.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's, buy one, get one for $1.
Premier League season kickoff once more. It begins.
When it comes to law firms, there is such a thing as being too big. There can be unexpected pitfalls. There's also too small when the cases are stacked, one on top of the other, leaving you feeling a little crowded. When you've been injured, you need James Alexander Law, a law firm that's just right for you, so you can sit back and let us do what we do best. I'm attorney James Alexander. We have the resources it takes to make sure you're taken care of, and we'll always treat you like family. We are James Alexander Law.
That's me before Dawn Power Wash.
Soaking, scrubbing.
It's life. Was life. Now Power Wash gives me the power of overnight soak in minutes. Minutes? With 3 cleaning boosters not found in traditional dish soaps that help break down greases and dip away food and grease. So much faster. Just spray suds on. No water needed to rinse it. Tougher mess? Let the suds sit a few minutes before wiping. Even cleans. The real. Thank you. It's more than soap. It's Power Wash.
Discussion with the drivers, both on our crew, obviously, and drivers behind the wheel about the bravery it takes. Watch what I can do when I come to a racetrack like Michigan, where we've heard speeds anywhere from 200 to 205 that they will be nearing as they get ready to enter turn number 1. And all of us want to watch what they can do because it is amazing. The bravery that these drivers have as they're getting strapped back in again. The window nets are getting locked up. And belts being pulled tight as we'll fire the engines here shortly in about 9 minutes, and we'll get back to on-track action, and hopefully we'll see a green flag shortly after. Once again, the radar looks good. The weather has moved out of the area. I believe we're looking at a sunset around 8:30, 8:40, pretty late here. So it stays light enough that we're looking forward to these guys racing to the finish of 200 laps here. So Steve, when I mentioned that 200 laps, let's talk about the strategy. We already heard Marty mention, a lot of laps under caution. There will be a competition caution. That might be pretty important for some drivers.
Yeah, so it's a 200-lap race. You can run 50 laps on fuel, basically. So before the competition yellow, you would pit once here at lap 45, once around lap 100, and you may or may not come at the lap 120 stage, and then with about, say, 50 to go. So the big issue now is,
start time of 4:06.
Right here. So the question is, do you want to give up your track position and come to pit road? I think the majority of the field probably will, for a couple reasons. One, you want to have more fuel on board for that finish at lap 45, so you can have a nice short stop there. But the other issue is, and you mentioned it, we run around 8 or 9, 10 laps. They're kind of waiting for the weather to go. So, if your driver was doing the best job of saving fuel, or if you're not exactly sure where you're at on your fuel mileage, you definitely don't want to run out of gas in the first stage. So I think what was a little bit of a coin flip now is going to be very busy there at that competition yellow.
All right, Junior, Steve mentioned it. You were one that just really loved to save fuel, right? I mean, you didn't want to get on that accelerator much?
Well, man, it's so frustrating because you're, shutting the car off and coasting, firing it back up, and that's firing on and off, power steering and all kinds of things. But it's a lot of work, and we weren't really asked to save fuel right from the start of the race. That was something that kind of came in halfway through the race. Hey, we want to try to save a little fuel, try to get to the end, stretch it out, whatever. But now it's every single week, every single race. The drivers are asked to save every drop they can, every lap they can from the time they roll off pit road. And so, yeah, that would be pretty frustrating, but eventually it's just part of the game. Like we talked about earlier with everybody trying to maximize everything you can on pit road to the very last,
But we have a flip now.
an hour and pushing it to the limit. Yeah, everything is about that. Everything. Saving fuel is the same. So that was kind of frustrating for me when it first came in, but now it's so commonplace. All the drivers are automatically expected to be thinking that way all the time inside the car.
As a driver, right
Do we have
now,
a fire? Yes.
what is it that I want to have accomplished before the competition caution? It's going to come out around lap 20. So what is it we want to get done between now and then? And every driver that we interviewed, our great pit road reporters interviewed, every one of them, talked about how important track position is, talked about qualifying. They maybe not have qualified quite as well as they wanted to. That's all the reference to track position. So on the start of this race, although there's a competition caution coming at 20, you can't just drive into turn 1 and say, well, there's a competition caution, it's okay. This is an opportunity to go pick up spots. And that's where you got to get yourself. You got to go from hanging out of the pit box, joking around, taking a snack, whatever it is you were doing to get into race mode. And you're going to go to battle right now. You almost got to forget about competition caution on lap 20.
When and where, I don't know.
Going to turn 1 easy, they're all going to go flying by you, and you're going to lose track position. That is going to be very difficult to get back.
I don't think when you're at Michigan, you can ever go into a turn easy here at the speeds that we're going to be seeing. And we mentioned it earlier, speeds are ludicrous. They're very fast here, but also the issues that happen if you don't have a good handling car. It just exemplifies that. It makes it even more difficult. Let's get a few more updates from pit road before the cars fire and head back out onto the track. We'll start with Kim.
And as we talk strategy, let's rewind to last week at Richmond. The 19 team of Martin Truex Jr. employed a completely different strategy than most of the field. And Martin Truex Jr. was very chirpy on the radio last week to his team, telling them he didn't understand. He didn't think the call was going to work. It did work out for them. He understood after the race and when he debriefed with the team. So I asked crew chief James Small what he can do to help his driver in those situations. He said, I understand Martin's very stressed when we're on a different strategy. He's seeing cars pass him. He's able to pass cars. He doesn't know what's going on. So he could benefit from more information. We can feed him more information. He said, Parker, there's a fine line, though, because you give them too much information and it overloads them. So the goal for this team is to find the balance of feeding their driver the info he needs versus what he doesn't need to know.
Right, Kim, and for Chris Busch, the most recent winner in the NASCAR Cup Series last week at Richmond and RFK Racing. It's been a week of positivity, obviously, and excitement off of that win. But one big thing when you look at that win that really stuck out to me and this organization and talking to them was they didn't strategize themselves into that win. They straight up had the speed. The 6 car, his teammate Brad Keselowski, led a ton of laps, and they went out there and out-executed and outsped everyone to get to victory lane. And I had a conversation with Scott Graves, who's a crew chief on the 17 car, and he said, you know, if you look at our position right now in the playoffs, this is really a watershed moment for RFK Racing, because in years past, we had to sort of find a way in the playoffs. We had to out-strategize or come up with a game plan. He said, right now, we've got the 17 in on a win, and the 6 at 150 points to the good is looking really good to make it, and that's because of the speed they have, and that is just something that's been very impressive, Marty.
Pretty important race for Christopher Bell, who was on the pole at over 193 miles an hour, Parker. Talking to his crew chief, Adam Stevens, he said,
why are we just sitting here?
Has not been our problem. Execution has, and it feels like as a team, we have not executed a race cleanly in maybe over 2 months. It's also hard to believe that Christopher Bell's last top 5 was in early April, his win at the Bristol Dirt Race. They know, too, they had one of the best cars in this race last year. Remember, he was maybe the car to beat. Got in a wreck after a restart with Ross Chastain. They want to make up for that, and they also want to show, hey, we're one of the championship contenders for the regular season title. Christopher Bell still 91 points out, sitting in 4th when it comes to that.
All aboard.
Drivers are strapped into their cars. They are waiting for the command to fire their engines back up again. As we mentioned earlier, racing synonymous with Michigan International Speedway, either open wheel or stock cars. And we're about to go racing. When we come back, they'll fire the engines up, and we'll see them on track.
Well, the delays are so boring, yeah. But we got 400 miles of racing ahead of us, and I think the radar is looking pretty clear.
So yeah, USAA, they always have my back.
USAA? You were in the military?
Oh no, I wasn't, but my grandpa was. He joined USAA, passed membership to my mom, then to me.
There's other ways to get in?
Yeah. My neighbor Ron, he's in because his wife served. Even little Luna, when she's born, her dad served.
So all this time I could have had USAA insurance.
Yeah, the radar says it's clear, so I think we're going to go 400 miles.
USAA, for the military community and their families.
You cannot applaud this crowd enough for what they have just been through. A couple hours of precipitation here in Brooklyn, Michigan, and right back into their seats and ready for 200 laps. As we take a look at the playoff standings, again, 4 races remain. Michigan, Indianapolis Road Course, Watkins Glen, and Daytona before the start of the playoffs. And that's why you look at names like Harvick, he could lock himself in based on points here. But drivers like Gibbs, Allmendinger, Suarez, Elliott, a win pushes him above that cut line to the top 16. And the drivers are being told, fire the engines back up. Sweet sounds once again. This pace car will roll here in just a moment. And we heard Junior mention that. Once you fire it up, you're going to shut it back off.
Yeah.
Do not want to burn any fuel, even while you're sitting to wait to roll.
Yeah, most didn't even fire them up. So it's not just how far you can go. Let's just remember, with the single lug nuts, you can change 4 tires in 9 seconds. Last week we had a pit stop, sub 9 seconds to change 4 tires. It takes 13 seconds to dump the 20 gallons of Sunoco fuel that these cars hold. So, you know, it isn't just, hey, so I can go farther on the racetrack. It's also when you come down pit road, you want to make sure that when the tires are tight, you leave. You don't have to sit there and wait on fuel.
Seeing the officials, hands going up, letting them know they're about to roll. And before they roll, let's go back to Kim.
I was in the garage this morning talking with crew chief for Ryan Blaney, Jonathan Hassler, and I said, you guys won at Charlotte back in May. That's an intermediate track. There's some similarities in terms of horsepower, speed, that sort of thing. So what can we expect today for you guys?
So the fuel is 46 to 50 laps. That's a fuel run. Obviously, it'll be less here because they've already ran some laps into the pace laps, but they'll have that competition caution at lap 20. So
the on-throttle intermediate tracks have been a little weaker than they've wanted, but they feel like they are slowly making gains on what they need. Today could be very telling for this team and what they have at some of those tracks in the playoffs and what they still need to do. Parker, they start ninth.
Right, Kim, and for Tyler Reddick and the 45 team, I'm going to sound like a bit of a broken record here when I talk about the last probably 8
all right, the cars are rolling off.
45 team in terms of one simple thing, and that is lacking execution.
And we have been live for now 2 hours and have not seen a lap of
They won
racing.
a stage, but then it was a commitment line violation that sent the race array late in the race and took away a great finish. Billy Scott, his crew chief, said it's this simple. We have to speed every single week, and we know we might not have that forever, so we need to take advantage of that. But if we're going to do so, it means we have to stop making mistakes. Tyler and I have talked about it. We know that's the intention. We just got to clean it up, Marty.
Well, Parker, as the cars rolled, the fans erupted here at Michigan. Denny Hamlin's won here at Michigan before, but it's been 12 years since he did that. Chris Gabehart was not his crew chief at that point, and he told me this morning, of all the tracks where we haven't won together, this is probably the one track where we have run the best, so I know we are close to a win here. Gabehart's original plan during the caution, which we've talked a lot about, was to not pit there. But Steve was 7 laps earlier under caution. He said he doesn't think those cars up front will be able to not pit there. They'll have to pit at the caution to be able to make it to the end of the stage. So kind of delaying this race has been an interesting strategy twist into stage 1.
Yeah, I think, you know, obviously Chris Gabehart knows the numbers better than anyone. And what he means by the cars up front is the leader out there pushing the air. Even the front 4 or 5 cars, their pace is just generally higher with the cleaner air, so they're going to burn more gas. But I also think that there's going to be a whole plan of keeping the cars full of fuel. It's going to be a lot to watch. I mean, listen, we're assuming they're going to run green for 20 laps. You know, yesterday in the Xfinity Series race, they couldn't seem to get the thing underway. They kept having accidents. So we'll just have to wait and see how this one kind of rolls off.
Steve, what about chatting with the driver of the 54? We pulled him up on the radio and see how he is, his mindset ready to go before the start of this race.
Let's see if we can get there. Hey, Ty, it's the NBC booth. You got a copy?
Yep.
Well, I know a delayed start is never good for the competitors or the fans, but it's been a solid weekend for this 54 car. What's your outlook for the day?
Yeah, we're just going to have a good day, hopefully. I think we've got a fast monster Toyota Camry, and hopefully have a great day and dodge the rain.
Yeah, we all agree on dodging the rain. Let's talk about the surface. You're out there riding around. It looks good and dry from up here in the booth, but talk about the grip level. How cautious do you have to be here at the beginning, or can you just barrel it off in there and turn one with some confidence?
Well, I'm pretty sure my teammate in front of me would like me to push him and barrel off in the corner so he can get the lead. But I think the surface is good. NASCAR did a great job driving the track, and I think we'll have a great race today. Hopefully the 54 will be victory lead.
All right, man. We'll be cheering you on and watching. Appreciate you taking the time.
Yep, thank you.
All right, so he just made a great point there. His teammate has chosen the inside line. Is that the line on starts, restarts that you would choose, or would you choose that high side at the beginning of a race or to restart? Drivers?
I think that, you know, the bottom is okay, but the next gear because of the, you know, the gears, you know, being able to downshift or use different gears for that acceleration off of turn 2. So in an Xfinity race and in years past with 4-speed, the bottom was definitely not the place you wanted to be. You want to use that outside line and get the momentum. But to see low grip, well, it's high grip, low temperature, so that bottom could be really good today. But I think we'll start taking some notes here on these restarts, seeing which line really wins out. And typically, you know, if you can get the right push, I mean, that's really what it's going to come down to, that second lane. The 54 Ty Gibbs, is he going to be able to...
All right, are we getting one to go, or what's the deal?
Before they get to turn 1.
If I were picking, I know I got my teammate behind me, but I'd go to the top. I don't want to get off the bottom. There you go. You know, he didn't have to pick until now, so he's picking the top. I I was shocked when we were all thinking he was going to pick the bottom. I'm like, there's no way. But
All right, one to go.
I just think you have to pick the top. I think with the momentum rolling the first corner, remember, you're not going down there with the speed they're going to come back through their next lap. So you're going to run through there wide open. And I just don't think you want to run down there on the bottom and get just just kind of bogged down. The guys on the outside of you, I think you can carry much more momentum on the outside down the back straightaway.
Also, with these cars, they don't suffer from a lack of side force on the bottom. So the car on the bottom isn't as a disadvantage as what we might see in the old car or the Xfinity race yesterday. So I think we got to give this bottom an opportunity, right? And pay attention. Pay attention to what's happening down there. Even if you really believe in that top groove on these restarts, pay attention to what everybody else is doing and see what's working and what's not.
Great view with the lights are off on the pace car. Let's listen in to the 19. We'll pep talk before the green flag.
Give it in, but I'll do my best down here. I'm going to stay up here and get one at a time. Appreciate everything. Good luck in there. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries, man. And we'll do our best to continue trying to hit strategy, all right?
Appreciate everything. Mark Truex Jr. again starting up front, and 3 wins already on the season, and announced that he will be back in 2024 to continue racing for Joe Gibbs Racing. And 2 by 2, one of Ross Chapman inside of that front row. Christopher Bell, the pole winner on the outside. They had to wait a little bit longer, but the fans are...
Here we go. Green flag is in the air. We are racing from Michigan.
Lined up on that inside. Pretty good organization on both lines. Look at the push. The 54 is giving Ross Chastain down into turn 1. Ross going to slide up in front of the 20 and take his air away and clear for the lead.
Ty Gibson made the comment, I'm going to push my teammate into turn 1. Well, his teammate wasn't in front of him, so he pushed the 1 of Ross Chastain, and Chastain now out in front of this field.
Mark Truex Jr. flew down into turn 3, taking away 4th spot from his teammate Ty Gibbs. Here comes Chase Elliott down 3 wide on his teammate.
Chase Elliott just answered a question I was going to ask. How aggressive are you early on a racetrack that just got cleared off of the rain?
Here comes Truex again. I think you got to be aggressive on all the restarts, Rick. It's a great opportunity, really the best chance to pass a lot of cars if your car's capable of doing that. Pusher back hard on the outside, going to try to make it tough on Truex. He's going to clear him off of turn 4.
Run for Busher now. He closes the gap between himself and Christopher Bell. What will he do with that momentum as they go into 1?
They're right on top of that 1 car down into turn 1 as we're watching the racing back in the pack. Truex back to the bottom of Busher again for 3rd. Down the back straightaway. Really impressed with this 17 car in qualifying. Really, really fast time coming off a win last week at Richmond. Was eager to see if they could have the pace in the race today. A completely different racetrack.
Mark Truex Jr. again trying that inside line. See if he can close the gap on Busher. Busher's come back to him just a bit.
He's getting more and more frustrated, Rick, every time he tries to go by and can't make that pass happen. It seems like, or feels like he's got the faster car, but that's how hard it is to make a pass here on the bottom of the racetrack.
Chastain, we mentioned it, newfound speed since his win at Nashville. He had not led a race, and now he's out front leading laps here in Michigan as once again Mark Truex Jr. trying that low line, and he's going to clear the 17.
Yeah, he cleared it that time. He was able to carry a ton of speed into turn 3, just wrap that white line on the bottom, able to go back to the throttle quicker and clearing. There's a lot of learning happening right now. This is the first time these cars have been in this traffic like this weekend. Everybody's cars are driving completely different than they did yesterday in practice.
Ty Gibbs trying to stay on the side of this 17 car down the back straightaway. Barely hanging on to the side draft there down into turn 3.
Mark Truex Jr. trying to get by the 20 now.
The Say at 19 looks like the best car on the racetrack.
Who I think wins stage one.
Quick with practice. Ty Gibbs back there
I
trying to
don't know, Ross.
Joe Gibbs racing, trying to work their way forward. See Bell trying to hang on to that spot, can't do it. This battle here rages on.
Ty Gibbs ducks back in behind the 17. We'll try again, regroup. 22 of Joey Logano looks for a little bit of clean air. We see Bubba Wallace in the 23 working to the inside of the 9 of Chase Elliott.
Just barely clear right now. The Chase is trying to come back on that outside. Bubba's gonna give him not enough room there. Right up in front of him.
Watch that all day off of turn 4. This has been a trouble spot. Riding along with Bubba Wallace. Got a big run down the front straightaway on Joey Logano.
Able to make the pass. He takes that spot away. Now we're starting to see different lines. William Byron running a little bit higher line than his teammate.
Logano's struggling right here. Really beat the 9 car through 1 and 2, but the 9's back. Trying to make a pass down the back straightaway. Oh, up the racetrack, almost into the door, Logano. Now he's going to get some help here.
Yeah, Byron's going to push his teammate. And also, I think they feel like the 22 car is a little bit slower. They feel like they can get by him if they work together. The battle for the lead, Truex with a very fast car. You can see right there how the 1 car drove away from him. That was Truex getting tight off the corner behind that wake. Just lost the downforce.
Yeah, lost a lot of momentum, and so it dropped him.
One of my coworkers the other day said that all sports are rigged, and that I can't convince him otherwise.
Side of 12 of Ryan Blaney. There's the gap now between 1 and 2.
So I didn't try to convince him otherwise.
Martin Truex Jr. regrouping.
And I agree with Dale, Greg. When you watch this 19 car, not only does he have great lap time, but he's able to do it just a little bit more efficiently, like a half a lane to 1 lane lower than the 1 car. Really down here in 3 and 4 is where you see the difference. So at the top of the screen, watch the 1 car enter turn 3, and then Marty, that 19 turns right a lane below her, or half a lane right here, and can really get through the middle of the corner.
Boy, Truex is so good, and Ross Chastain certainly knows that. So what's been up with Ross Chastain? Rick, you mentioned it. Since the win at Nashville, no finish better than 13th. But Phil Surgeon told me, I think we'll come to Michigan with speed. They did that. Started second, right now leading. And he told me the bottom line is we just have to execute today. We need this race. We need the momentum going into the playoffs.
Remember back to Nashville Super Speedway, we saw these two going at it. And as fast as the 19 is, Ross is good or as good at taking the air away from the 19. Sort of, you know, giving him very little options on where he can run his car and where he can find speed. It's going to be a tough pass if Truex can make it happen.
Taking that clean air away. Well, it hasn't slowed the 19 and Martin Truex down. As we take a look at the Xfinity fastest lap, it happened on lap 7 for Martin. Over 191 mile an hour average around this 2-mile track, 37.50 is the fastest lap.
Truex is faster, but Ross is looking in that mirror. He's watching that 19, seeing where he's making time, what lanes he likes to run. He's going to try to take those lanes away. Anytime Truex gets close, he's going to go wherever that 19 is. That's going to make it really, really hard. It's going to take away the air and the downforce on the 19, take away his advantage in speed.
Gap is closed once again. Martin Truex Jr. continues lap after lap to pick away at that lead. Fastest laps last time by was Christopher Bell, then Martin Truex Jr.
This is my type of racing here.
Ross Chastain didn't even have a top 5 as far as fastest lap last time by. Well, it started a little bit slow, a little bit wet.
Why are you going to commercial? Wait 7 fucking laps, then go to commercial, dude. Come on. Like, Jesus, man. Fucking corporate greed.
75 years around this epic track.
You're literally promoting NASCAR, like... Oh, wait, no, this is an Ally commercial. Alright, never mind.
go in the next 75. We're all better off with an alibi.
No, they usually do. Yeah, I mean, usually they do throw a commercial break like around lap 12 or 13, something like that. But when you have a competition caution at lap 20, just fucking wait till lap 20. Like,
Because it could be Peyronie's disease, or PD. It's a medical condition where there is a curve in
just
the
wait
direction
for the
that causes
competition
formation
caution.
of scar tissue. And an estimated 1 in 10 men may have it, but PD can be treated even without surgery. Say goodbye to searching online. Find a specialized urologist who can diagnose PD and build a treatment plan with you. Visit makeapdplan.com today.
Caution, and guess what? We didn't get to see it. Could have been the biggest fucking crash of all time. Crash Kyle Busch in turn 2. Fuck!
Can't stop adding stuff to your cart? Get the Bank of America customized cash rewards card. Choose
Fuck!
the shopping category and earn 3% cash back.
Back in my day, we didn't have all these types of fancy chicken.
Pretty sure you have buffalo wings and fried chicken.
Well, we didn't have garlic parm or sweet bourbon barbecue.
And he had to walk uphill both ways.
And it snowed every time.
Yeah, right, Grandpa. You're from Miami.
God fucking damn it!
Kyle Busch was on the inside of Ryan Blaney. And as Ryan Blaney was going,
He's got damage, but I don't know how bad.
Kyle down to the bottom of the racetrack and just up the racetrack into the door of the 12, and that brings him right around. There's two guys racing hard for position. See right here, Kyle has forward momentum. Feels like he can get up the racetrack, starts up the racetrack. That contact you spoke about just gets him turned around.
Honestly, it doesn't look like it's...
The wall. Not sure how much damage it is.
Like, it looks very similar to the damage that Larson had at Pocono when he had a very similar incident. So, and then he almost came back to win before, you know. So, I don't know. I'm not too... Not too, concerned.
I think he saves that if the 12's not there. It's not something that we've seen a lot this year or last year with this car.
Busch says the car is done.
They drive really well, but with the contact, you know, that's what started.
Of course.
This issue. Normally we would see this, and that would be air. You know, air would be pulling downforce off that inside car, and it would wreck it.
I feel like they were similar.
But in this case, that contact is what, in my opinion, that's what got this thing started.
Oh, he hit the wall center.
And Kyle Busch had.
No.
He was extremely
Well, fuck.
excited. I talked to him this morning. He
Fucking
felt really
kill
good
me.
about his car, felt like he had great
I want to shoot up myself. I'm going to get a gun and I'm going to shoot up myself.
Let's listen in to Ryan Blaney's radio.
What do you think what's going to happen there? I mean, luckily, we didn't get wrecked too. We're lucky.
Goddamn right.
Could Ryan Blaney have done anything different? As the 8 is going to go behind the wall.
Fuck!
Be on the DVP, right? So
he's done.
Out of the race.
The 8's out of the race. To Jeff, to your point, I also thought the 8 looked really good in practice. But he started 8th. He fell all the way back to 14th. He was making his way back up to 11th before he had that accident.
It's not Blaney's fault.
Early on, not quite as what we expected for the 8 car. I didn't see him losing spots early.
There's RC on top of the hauler. And
time to cut myself.
One of his cars out of the race early. Well, NASCAR.
Time to carve Kyle Busch's name into my arm. Is this the competition caution, or are they gonna fucking have another caution?
Customize your entire streaming experience. Visit NASCAR.com/drive or download the NASCAR mobile app to watch all the action.
You know, you can use that.
Shut up, Jaden.
Kyle Busch will put him in your garage if he's on the fantasy team.
Jaden's just updating us on the facts.
So good.
The Red Sox fucking lost. 13-1.
You heard Ryan Blaney say, what did he think was going to happen? Surprising that we see this early on in this race. This is going to be the competition caution also, right, Steve?
Yeah, so I expect
Alright, so this is the competition caution.
A lot of guys are going to come down, probably a 2-tire change and full of fuel. We'll see split decision. No, maybe 10 or 12 cars have stayed out.
Party.
You called it, Steve. You're going to see a lot of two-tire changes here as these cars come down pit road. Ross Chastain coming down and say, I need more turn at the three-quarter mark. Just too tight.
I'm gonna get run over by a train now.
Fire off, but pretty happy with the car the longer they ran. The other thing to take into account here, I know they didn't want to come here at the comp caution as Chastain wins the race on pit road.
It's fucking unbelievable.
Pit, but the pace a little bit higher today. Speed's a little bit quicker, so they're going to need that fuel.
Yeah, Marty, it looked as though 11 cars stayed out, so we'll see if that pays off, that strategy. It didn't work out for Kyle Busch.
Yeah, if anything, that was Kyle's fault, if anything. I mean,
Beneath 12, he is
can't blame Blaney for that. 2 hours for that, yep.
USAA, they always have my back.
USAA?
I'm gonna go get a fucking Rice Krispie treat, bro.
He joined USAA.
First of all, guy got fucked over by Ty Gibbs yesterday and got a penalty on pit road. Then I had to deal with my annoying dad earlier today. Now this weekend is terrible so far. All right, KJ, I'm gonna go grab food real quick. But while I'm doing that, type up what your dad did. I wanna hear the story. I want the tea. So, write that and send it while I'm gone. All right. I want the tea.
You should never let the ketchup propose from the hot and juicy early go to waste.
What causes a curve down there? Is it Peyronie's disease? Will it get worse? How common is it to talk to? Can this be treated? Stop typing, start talking to a specialized urologist because it could be Peyronie's disease or PD. It's a medical condition where there is a curve in the erection caused by formation of scar tissue, and an estimated 1 in 10 men may have it. But PD can be treated even without surgery. Say goodbye to searching online. Find a specialized urologist who can diagnose PD and build a treatment plan with you. Visit makeapdplan.com today.
Back in my day, we didn't have all these types of fancy chicken.
Pretty sure you have buffalo wings and fried chicken.
Well, we didn't have garlic parm or sweet bourbon barbecue.
And he had to walk uphill both ways.
And it snowed every time.
Yeah, right, Grandpa. You're from Miami.
By two once again as the cars are chasing after the pace car, and something you don't normally see is lights on the pace car before we're about to go green, but for some reason they were flashing on the back of the pace car. He's going to make the left-hand turn though, and so we are about to get ready to go green again. Martin Truex Jr. and Ty Gibbs making up row one. Back underway, short a car, and Kyle Busch in the garage as we see a big push from the 17 of Buescher, as well as the 9 of Chase Elliott pushing that front row, but it works best for Martin Truex Jr.
He's just annoying sometimes is all. He says I take too long in the bathroom with my phone while doing my what? I need to be entertained while I'm in there. Of course, I wish he'd mind his own business. Yeah.
Ryan Blaney has made his way up here, and again, 11 cars stayed out under this caution.
Is it like you only got one bathroom, or because you could just use the other bathroom?
11 now after the restart, as we see Elliott now to the inside of that 12.
So fresh tires in practice didn't seem to have a whole lot more speed than the older tires. Cars could leave pit road, go out and run just as fast a laps, but that doesn't mean they have the same amount of grip in traffic. Now you're 2 and 3 wide. We'll see if those two right side tires are an advantage for the cars that come to pit road.
Look at Tyler Reddick in that 45.
We can already see how aggressive these drivers are going to be today. Restarts are a great opportunity Steve, your point, I think these guys on 2 tires, they don't really know what the car is going to do. I mean, Truex has run the fastest lap of the race, but he did it on like the 4th or 5th lap of the race, which means it takes a while for these tires to get going. So with 2 tires, what does the car do? How does it drive? Is it looser? Is it tighter? Everybody's still learning that.
One thing I am confident is your car is going to drive better at the front, regardless of the number of tires. Back here where you see the Chastain, his teammate, the 99 of Suarez right there, the 6, all of those cars in the middle of the pack. It's going to be very kind of slipping and sliding right there.
You had 2 separate bathrooms? Yeah, you could just use the other bathroom.
Straight away, get back up in the draft, and then they spread out in the corner. Here we go, Logano.
Jaden, I said shut the hell up. Jaden's just coping.
Yeah, Kevin Harvick, we were riding along, and he got right to the back of that 10 of Eric Almirola.
This weekend so far has been very un-Kevin Harvick-like at Michigan. I was expecting high speeds in practice. They were very mediocre. Even today, I didn't believe it. I said, oh, they're going to make some changes for the race. This is a car that runs so good here, and here he is. Corey LaJoie in the 7 on the inside, and the 38 to the outside. Kevin Harvick in the middle. That bright orange car.
Justin Haley in the 31, also working his way on the low line. There's Tyler Reddick in the 45. He was man on the move and had gotten to the back bumper of the 12 of Ryan Blaney, but now we'll see if he can do anything with it. Parker.
And Rick, keep an eye on this one because it was the start of the race when Tyler Reddick started 15th at the first 3 laps. He got to 11th very quickly. Then he went to pass Ryan Blaney, didn't complete the pass, and fell all the way back to 15th. They now up to 6th after staying out there on that pit cycle. But that's
what's up with Harrison? What do you mean?
It said, no more Mr. Nice Guy. We need you to be aggressive and clearing yourself.
What is up with Harrison?
See if he gets a better shot at Ryan Blaney here. Now up for the top 5, Arnie.
Parker Ross Chastain, the furthest running forward of those who came to pit road at lap 17. They took right side tires. Phil Surgeon saying,
oh, he just sucks, that's why.
On offense, so he gave him the fuel to definitely make it to the end of the stage. Those Goodyear tires, but Steve, those who did not pit, I just checked in with Matt McCall, Petrucci for Brad Keselowski. They did not pit. He said it is extremely close to us being able to make it to the end of the stage on fuel.
Well, extremely close to making, and then when they do get to the end,
give up so easy. These teams give up so easy with these fucking next-gen cars. I love these cars, but like, just they give up so easy. They don't even try to just. I miss the days where you could take your car back to the garage. Yeah, you wouldn't be winning the race, but you'd repair it, come back out. You'd see those cars with like the fucking hood entirely off the car, and like just try to make up as much spots as you can, many points as you can. But then again, with these playoffs, it doesn't really even matter. You win, you're in.
That 7 was really, really good in practice, but even the one car we saw have an issue. Got high, made contact. They were able to qualify, but they had to put a rear bumper and a right rear quarter panel on. For that reason, he had to start the back.
There was some more momentum we saw out of Kevin Harvick, but once he got to the back bumper, pushed the 7 of LaJoie forward, and now he's going by that 31 of Haley.
I had a rough night Thursday night. Hurt my arms Friday. Now, the shit that's happened this weekend, I was hoping my birth month would be good after a shitty mid-July, but no, I can't stay happy, can I? I mean, I guess I've gotten to the age where I kind of just ignore my parents. I mean, I'm 21, so like my parents don't actually have any authority over me, but like, if they're annoying me, I just kind of disassociate, you know?
It's a little bit dusty up there. I think the track's a little cleaner down in 1 and 2. Parker. Guys, it's just a great reminder of how on edge the drivers are as we check with our Ashley Furniture on the move driver. Corey LaJoie Joy and Steve, you pointed out that car was fast in practice, but they had that incident into turn 3 and 4. And I asked his team about that, and they said he just went over just that little bit and couldn't quite catch it. And that's how on edge these drivers are. Even when it's fast, as he makes a move here on Joe Logano down to turn 3, they are on the razor-thin edge, being able to control these race cars around Michigan.
I had a conversation with Ryan Sparks in the garage as they were repairing this car, and he said what the next step for Corey in his driving career is he has to push so hard for the equipment they can provide year 1, year 2. Now that the equipment is faster, he needs him to almost try a little less. Don't try to get that last half of tenths when they have a fast race car, because the damage and the extra work puts him further behind.
See how that 5 car looked like he was beat off the corner until he gets closer to the 20, and then 20 has to almost lift off the gas. It makes him tight. Really interesting to watch.
I disassociate my mom with my mom a lot, even though she's sick.
Right here,
Oh, Larson, what are you doing?
Almost spun the car out, way out of the throttle, losing lots of spots right here.
Oh God, oh God.
Trying to get around Larson, and he's probably trying to catch his breath. As we saw the 11 of Denny Hamlin get right up to him, cut him a little bit of a break there.
Yeah, he needs to. He owes him a bit.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he owes him shit.
A little at a time from what happened in Pocono. Jim, what you got on that 5?
Got 5 reporting he's just too loose to do what he wants to do. And I talked to crew chief Cliff Daniels this morning, and I said, what's your weekend been like? And he said, we would go back and do things differently in practice if we had the opportunity. They had this plan to sit Kyle out during practice and just run as wide open as much as possible to see the car's limit. He said that was maybe a mistake. We didn't have a good read on the car and what it's going to do throughout the race. So we'll see how they adapt to not really having a good notebook on what this car's doing this weekend.
Larson has fallen back to 15th. He was up there fighting for 12th. And right behind him he has Austin Cindric, and we mentioned earlier, early out of this race, Kyle Busch, partners with him.
Right, he's been check released to the infield care center. And Kyle, what happened there beneath the 12 of Ryan Blaney?
I just hate I put myself in a bad situation for all my guys, everybody at RCR, and all the work that goes into building these things, you know, just trying to make a pass, and I don't know, yeah, just...
Was that an overly aggressive move on your part, or do you feel like the 12 squeezed you at all?
Sorry?
Was that an overly aggressive move on your part, or did you feel like the 12 squeezed you at all?
I mean, you try to...
Depression's a funny thing.
I know, it's really not wide enough, look like I washed up, so it's all my fault.
These cars are pretty much on edge right now?
It was a quick trip today at Michigan. Yeah, it was.
Definitely, guys. They're on edge out there. And you're able to go 180 miles an hour because they make so much grip. But with the millisecond they lose grip, they're coming around. And that's what, you know, we talked with Christian Rebel in the pre-race. He talked about these cars being nervous to drive, and that's what he's talking about. Is that they feel great, a lot of grip, and then just
don't be sorry. It's okay.
Like saw with Kyle Larson a moment ago. You don't even know what's coming. The tires don't speak to you until you're
and then the early July things got better. You thought you could be yourself again.
99, working his way on the inside of the 9 of Chase Elliott. Moving forward, Martin Truex Jr. out front.
You're on the team, kid. It's orientation day.
Hey, new guy. Let's get you up to speed.
Oh, Chase Elliott around into the wall! Oh my God!
Your workspace is ready. Looks like you got a corner office.
Yo, Chase! Oh my God, Chase just fucking killed himself. Don't hit him.
In my day, I tried keeping up with the game. Now
Chase just, what the fuck?
My little bro is the game. With the Xfinity 10G network, he sees the game from every angle with barely any lag.
Yo, what the fuck?
My little brother. More like
Jesus, Chase.
Xfinity is a game changer.
Introducing the next generation 10G network.
I scared you. That's what happens when I get shocked.
A big wreck for Chase Elliott. It looked like the right rear had come down and up into the wall he went.
Car's moving, so.
Quickly this race car comes around. You can see everything felt good, and then immediately went around. Big hit for Chase Elliott.
Is that a tire or what happened?
This car. See right there, right rear tire.
Yep.
Came apart. He's along for the ride right now.
This is going to be one of them weeks where everyone's bitching about tires.
I don't think anyone expected to have any sort of tire issues. This is the same right side tire we've run here in Michigan before. But you mentioned it, just a big rear impact, very square on the rear bumper. And you see the back of this car, unlike last year, you see some deformation. You see right there, the back of the car is squeezed into the rear glass. Still a huge hit, but it's good to see the car take some of the impact. You said it, Jeff, right down on the wheel. Zero control, zero chance for the
Think Chase makes the playoffs? I don't know now.
Obviously, Chase Elliott, we keep talking
I mean,
about
now he has to win. I was like,
clearly is going to put him in a position where he has to win.
yeah. I
Saw
mean,
that wall move when he made contact. And I also wonder if this doesn't make people nervous. We talk about tires being faster. You don't need new tires. But does this put a little doubt in people's minds, afraid not to put new tires on?
And the team got on the radio and reassured Chase there was nothing you could have done in that situation. You did everything right. It was just the rear tire. Spotter Eddie DeHaan got on the radio right after the hit and said, Chase, are you okay? And you kind of, on the radio, heard him try and catch his breath before he said, I think I'm okay. So definitely a hard hit for Chase, and they were straddling the line of needing points versus needing a win coming into this race, and this obviously puts them in a situation where they likely need a win in the last 3 races before the season, the regular season is over, and they had been very optimistic about what they brought this weekend. So a frustrating day for this team, no doubt.
And we see the card there. It's mandatory that anytime you're involved in an incident, you have to go to the infield care center. So that's what Chase will do. Even though he drove it into the garage, he'll get checked out. As we see the 34, remember Michael McDowell right there on the cut line as far as the playoff standings. And they've had some issues here as they're putting some tape now on that splitter.
Bush and Elliott were used by 41% of fantasy players, both wrecked. Yeah, I had Kyle in my garage, so it's not even like I can.
They had a decent run going, but they said they hit someone on the racetrack, maybe on the last restart, and had some damage to the splitter. So they came in, you see that tape going on just to tape that up. But Michael McDowell below the cut line, needing some help to be able to make the
I did not have Chase in my lineup.
You can see how severe the damage was, as now the decision is, do you come or do you not? This just makes the race even more difficult to call as you see many cars coming to pit road, Parker.
As you see Chris Buescher come down here, this should be 4 tires here for the 17s. They come around just fighting a little bit of a loose race car. You see many of these cars on edge. We go through this, not waiting on fuel. Also on pit road, the bottom.
I think I need a hug. I got you. I got you.
Top left, he just needs a little bit more stability in that race car. Remember, he was one that said you have to be very brave to commit here to the line you're running. 4 tires, Sunoco fuel for Ryan Blaney.
You see Christopher Bell at the front end of pit road saying he wanted a very slight adjustment here. The one thing here, Steve, is that makes the next stop for all these teams that came here much shorter, hoping to gain track position, which is going to be the key all day long.
Cars staying on the racetrack like Martin Truex Jr. He's thinking win the stage and get those points. As you see Chase Elliott, as you mentioned, Rick, taking that mandatory ride to the infield care center.
Have a restart and just a few laps left in stage 1. But the caution comes out for Chase Elliott, slamming the wall in 3 and 4.
Right now, Sonic's small hand mix shakes are $1.99 all day. It sells itself, so I'll just list flavors in my sexy voice.
Chocolate, strawberry, peanut butter.
$1.99 small classic shakes all day at Sonic.
Buying a car from Vroom is so
If you're
easy.
depressed, then just like
Just go to Vroom.com,
don't be
scroll
depressed.
through thousands of cars,
You know, it's that simple. Just
no sales fee,
just
no
don't be
waiting time.
depressed.
Go to Vroom.com and pick your favorites.
I'm such an asshole.
Back in my day, we didn't have all these types of fancy chicken.
Pretty sure you have buffalo wings and fried chicken.
Well, we didn't have garlic parm or sweet bourbon barbecue,
And he had to walk uphill both ways.
and it snowed every time.
Yeah, right, Grandpa. You're from Miami.
Subway's now slicing their meats fresh. That's why Subway's preferred by this champ and this future champ. And if we prefer,
Hardy, hardy, har. Everybody's a comedian.
A phone in outer space?
Yes, extra long.
I'm a bit of an asshole.
Amazing. Oh, I can't change these plans.
sun will shine again.
Kyle Busch wrecked and my fan Chase Elliott wrecked. I was so pissed, yeah.
Order Showtime on Channel 865 HD.
iOS on demand.
The amazing voice of Brian McKnight returns to the concert stage. Brian McKnight. Saturday, August 12th, 8 p.m. The Vine Showroom. Multi-platinum, Grammy Award-nominated Brian McKnight. Tickets on sale now at delagoresort.com. Must be 21 or older to attend shows at the Vine.
NBC Sports coverage of NASCAR on USA is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. Visit Progressive.com. And by Toyota. Let's go places. Fans back on their feet.
5 cars in the front and yet to come to pit road, Rick. This is all about stage points and a stage win at the front of the field.
I guess it's okay. You're trying to make me laugh, so it's fine. How do I get back to being happy? And get your mojo back. Smoke some weed. No, that is actually serious. Smoke some weed. And, well, actually maybe don't. I mean, oh, Jesus. I mean, my thing is, it's like, so when you're depressed, it's like, yeah, overall you're depressed, but you'll have moments where it's like, I'm currently fine. Like, at this very moment, I'm not, like, you know, crying. So, like, those moments where you're, like, fine, that's when you should smoke. Never smoke, like, after something bad happens. Like, if somebody, like, if you're, like, actively sad in the moment, don't smoke, because then you're going to start to rely on it. But, like, it'll help you make you feel better.
Chastain moves to the inside. He's going to pass 2 cars.
Not just the crazy speeds, it's these abrupt moves. As you mentioned, Chastain, you know, a big move to the inside.
And go to some NASCAR races, bruh.
Middle of 3 wide. Now the momentum goes to the top and the 22.
Some great racing.
Yeah, look what happened to Blaney. And that 12 car, that bright yellow car on the bottom, he had a big run. And being 3 wide on the bottom lost all the momentum. And now, look at that move by the 45 car. Just went straight to the bottom and got 2 cars in one corner.
Christopher Bell's going to do a crossover there down the back straightaway, but he runs up on the back bumper of Chastain into turn 3.
Yeah, we saw the slide job by Tyler Reddick, and Christopher Bell saw it.
Oh my God, Ross.
Both drivers out of the gas.
This is some great racing.
Ross Chastain moved up the track. Now the 22 is going to push Tyler Reddick down the front stretch.
It's such a decision you have to make. How do you get on the outside of somebody? If you get on the outside of them, you can kill their momentum. You try to make a move on the bottom and it doesn't work, then they just pile up on the outside and go back by you.
Truex with a 7/10 for the second lead.
Chase Elliott wrecked. I saw it on my TV. This is West Jess 30. What up, West Jess 30 in the building?
4th and 5th. The real fighting around this racetrack is back. 10 back, a really close call there. As you see, almost contact.
It's like you can be depressed and still have good days. Like, back in the days when I was depressed, like, I would still, like, you know, there'd be times where I'd be sitting there and there was nothing, like, actively bothering me. So it's like, in those moments, you got to take advantage of it. And then it's also just, like, the things that, like, make you feel depressed, I guess. Just like, if you pretend that it doesn't matter for so long, eventually it won't. You gotta fake it till you make it. That's what you gotta do. Fake it till you make it.
Kyle Larson can't quite clear Suarez, but he still moves up the racetrack. Look at the momentum Suarez has.
Go get him back. No run out back here, nothing behind the 48.
How aggressive will he be as they go into 3?
All right. So Martin Truex Jr. wins stage 1.
Runs away, and he's going to win stage 1.
Car in the wall? Byron.
24, William Byron. Hard contact.
Byron slow on the track now. The caution comes out for the end of the stage.
Did Byron get stage points? No. Corey LaJoy got stage points. Or a stage point.
Into the wall. I don't know if there's contact with another car.
I saw the same thing, Dale, right? It was the
Stage
11th
winner,
MCJ.
MCJ.
Let's take a look at it. Exactly what happens. Oh, a big wiggle.
Ran out of racetrack and got into the wall.
Just got out the movies. That joint was fire.
The best Gran Turismo players get a chance to compete in professional racing.
I love the fact that it's based off of a true story. It went from just like a story to something I could hope for.
That was incredible. David Harbour! David Harbour!
Yes! Go see this movie now.
See it on the biggest screen possible.
10 out of 10. I love it.
Gran Turismo, based on a true story. PG-13.
Right now, Sonic's small hand mix shakes are $1.99 all day. It sells itself, so I'll just list flavors in my sexy voice.
Chocolate, strawberry, peanut butter.
$1.99 small classic shakes all day at Sonic.
With Amazon's back-to-school deals, you can save money by spending less of it.
Makes sense.
Oh, I see what you did there.
What?
What?
I don't get it.
That's right, we're about to, Steve.
NBC Sports coverage of NASCAR on USA is brought to you by the new all-you-can-eat wings and fried chicken at Golden Corral. Only one for everyone.
Is it bad to fake being okay even though you know you're not?
$1.99 all day. For limited time.
It's just like you gotta fake it, and for a while it ain't gonna work. For a while it ain't gonna work. That's the thing. No matter what, like you're gonna fake that you're okay, and for a while it's just not gonna work. But then eventually, if you keep faking it, then you will. Then you'll feel okay. Even if you're not, you'll feel okay. And that's really all that matters, is the illusion that you're okay. You know, if you can convince yourself of something, then that's really all that matters.
You have to kind of pay the piper, Parker. It's time to put fuel in the front four.
Right, it's a big stage for Bubba Wallace and that 23 team, netting second place stage points there. He told the team the car was handling great, but even at the end of that stage, since they didn't pit, they were asking him to save a little bit of fuel when he was comfortable in second place here. As you'll see, this be a longer stop, having to fill it full of fuel.
Martin Truex Jr. there in the middle of your screen. He didn't report
But no, I don't think it's bad to fake it. Like,
the right side change did look a little bit slow on that, but they are waiting on fuel. This plays exactly into what James Small wanted. Points to widen the gap they have on the rest of the field in terms of the Red Bull season. Marty?
You got to understand the call by Matt McCall to leave Brad Keselowski out. There you go with the drivers leaving pit road. They're playing the points game on the 6 car. Had to wait on the fuel for him. Certainly a long time, and a ton of cars stayed out. For William Byron, he told Rudy Fugle, I have no idea what happened. I just went into the wall. There's certainly right front damage. There's right rear damage as well, Steve. And now they're on the clock. So all these playoff contenders with trouble here early at Michigan today.
Difficult start for the 24 team as well. And now for a special look at Gran Turismo, only in theaters August 25th.
It's dangerous.
You're going to be forced to make split-second decisions that could cost you your life.
I'm sure if I can do this.
Prove that you have what it takes. I know you're scared. I've been scared. But this is your track. You hear me?
Yes, sir. Gran Turismo, based on a true story. Rated PG-13.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. If you encounter a black bear, do not run. Instead, speak firmly in a loud voice. Head for the mountains.
$5 all-you-can-eat pancakes are back to celebrate IHOP's 65th anniversary. So come on in, even if it's your birthday too. Available for a limited time, only at IHOP. Download the app and start earning free food.
USAA? You were in the military?
No, my grandpa was. He passed membership to my mom and me.
Oh.
Yeah, if your spouse, parent, or grandparent served, they could pass it to you.
I'll check it out.
USAA, the military community, and their families.
If you thought one napkin for the quarter pounder with cheese was enough, it's not enough.
You remember that wasp that I was talking about? Remember that wasp that I was talking about? I think I just saw his dead body in the room where my refrigerator is. So, I think he did.
Chase Elliott checked release for the infield care center. First of all, it was a hard hit. Chase, you feeling all right?
Yeah, I feel good. Hate it happened. Obviously, just really early, in the day to have a tire blow like that. It was really weird. So, bummer, but not surprised.
No warning that that tire was going?
No, not at all. I mean, we were obviously we stayed out, but no,
What did you do? I didn't kill it or anything. I just saw its dead body, and then I was like, oh.
Unfortunately, not. Just
he's dead.
Add it to the list.
I know you coming in here to run a precarious position points wise. Felt like you need a win. Obviously, that puts you in position. Need a win these next couple races to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I told you all that the week I got back, so nothing's changed.
I think he's getting tired of answering questions.
Yeah.
With that comment that he made there, he thinks they need to win, and then the 24 is still sitting on pit road. Marty.
Yeah, Rick, and I think the clock's about to run out in the damaged vehicle policy here. They're trying to get repairs done, but for both right front and right rear, they're probably not going to make it.
And yep, the DVP clock is about to run out.
Season title, that's going to be an awfully tough task now with going out early.
So William Byron is done for the day.
In the regular season.
As you mentioned it, the clock did run out. They would have had to have gotten off pit road to stop the clock. Now, Bowman on the high side. We get ready for the restart. And stage 2 is underway. That's Eric Jones in the 43. The Legion blue 43 on the inside. And with the momentum now, he'll be door to door as they come off of 2.
Austin Dillon really uncomfortable there on the bottom of the racetrack now out to the outside. A lot of guys had to make some moves to try not to make contact with the 3 car there.
Eric Jones aggressively side drafting Alex Bowman.
Trying to drive up the racetrack, take his line away, pushes him up into the dirt. Oh, we got a spin.
Oh, caution! Josh Berry hard into the wall.
Josh Berry in the 42.
That was a hard hit. That one looked bad.
And Josh Berry subbing for Noah Gregson.
Yeah, no, that one looked bad.
And Josh Berry with a lot of damage. He was running 16th.
That's kind of scary.
I happened to look up and I saw him.
And I saw how it like jerked around, like.
He was just being really aggressive on the restart through 1 and 2. Got into the down, drove in the bottom of 3. And it's just wild restarts. It's just crazy how aggressive you have to be, and this is the result. It's just hard racing.
Yeah, AMR safety team, we see them attending to Josh. Take another look at what happened.
on the bottom of the racetrack, and Corey LaJoy drives under him, but he was already loose before Corey got there. You see him starting to come around.
Nice job by the 54, realizing what was happening in front of him, getting out of the gas.
That looked like one of those next-gen injuries. And then who's going to sub the substitute if that happens? He's probably fine.
Yeah, this is, you know, we talk about the speeds of these cars, but when you have grip, they drive great, but they lose grip so quickly, and you just don't know it, and that's what's so hard when you go on a racetrack like this that's so fast. You're right on the edge of grip, and there's not any cushion, Junior. When it snaps around, it's gone, and it's just almost impossible to save it. That save we saw earlier in the race with Kyle Larson, I was shocked he saved it. It just comes around and happens so quickly. We just saw William Byron, his day is over. These things, they feel great right up to the point they don't.
And that was a big change in the tire from a couple of years ago that shortened up the sidewall.
Yeah, he's out. I mean,
drivers talk about that box, and that forgiveness is much smaller now. And Josh got a lot of experience with this tire, but we learned something today, Kim.
And he was hoping to learn even more. I talked to Josh in the garage this morning and said, what's the goal for today? Just kind of being thrust into this seat this weekend. He said, keep the fenders on it, run every single lap, learn as much as I can for next season when I'm running full-time Cup. So earlier in the day when he was wanting to fill his notebook for next season.
Look, I know
KJ, you still here?
But he's still learning. I mean, we learn by trying. We learn.
I care about you, my man.
That's part of being a young race car driver in the Cup Series, is you have to push yourself past your limit to find it. And this is part of the process. We've seen every driver go through this part of the process.
That's good. I want you to be okay.
Drive aggressively, drive and get over your limits from time to time. You're never going to reach full capacity. So, although you hate the result, it is part of the process.
Pit road is open, and we don't expect to see too many making their way onto pit road. Some of those in the back of the field might want to make a few adjustments, but this caution comes out for Josh Berry behind the wheel of the 42. It gets loose, and around it goes.
You could also become a raging alcoholic. Because then, if you become a raging alcoholic, then you won't be sad. You'll just be mad at everything. So, maybe not the healthiest alternative, but at least you won't be sad. You'll just be angry.
Start talking to a specialized urologist because it could be Peyronie's disease, or PD. It's a medical condition where there is a curve in the erection caused by a formation of scar tissue, and an estimated 1 in 10 men may have it. But PD can be treated even without surgery. Say goodbye to searching online. Find a specialized urologist who can diagnose PD and build a treatment plan with you. Visit makeapdplan.com today.
With Wendy's BOGO dollar deal, your dollar never tasted so good. So everyone's gonna get.
I was gonna say Frosty and the Frosty.
You can do that.
That's really smart. Cheers, Wisely. Cheers, Wendy's. Buy one, get one for $1.
You hear that? SummerSlam is the vibe that's getting raw. The after party goes hard on Raw, live, Monday at 8, only on USA.
With Wendy's BOGO dollar deal, your dollar never tasted so good. So everyone's gonna get.
Yeah, don't actually become an alcoholic. But, yeah, one thing that I've noticed is that, you'll bottle it all up. It's like a cycle, at least for me. You'll bottle up the emotions, and then one day, it'll all come out, and you'll fucking freak the fuck out, and you'll fucking make yourself look like a dumbass. But then after that, you'll be good for a while. You'll be good for a while, and then, at least for me, it usually takes a year or so for me to get back to that place. So, it's once or twice a year, just have your freak out, and then you'll be good.
New York State Office of Addiction Services and Supports with you every step of the way.
You could also try to fight a child.
NBC Sports
You could challenge like a 4-year-old child to a fight. That might help. No, don't do that.
The new all-you-can-eat wings and fried chicken at Golden Corral. The only one for everyone. Already 4 cautions on the day. Just getting started with stage.
Or you could watch cars go in a circle. That's what I do.
Yeah, so we saw, you know, an early caution that ended up being the competition caution, then a later yellow, then the stage end. It's kind of jumbled the field up, right? We have Bowman, Jones, Bell, all the guys in the front hit it at lap 37, and they have cycled their way to the front. You see the stage point turn of Truex, Bubba, Ty, Keselowski. What's the penalty? The penalty is they were then on the second half of the pit cycle, and for that reason, here you go. Ty Gibbs, Martin Truex Jr., way back in the field currently, right? You see, I think right now the farthest up of all the cars that finished is Chris Buescher, who's recovered very nicely up to 14th. But this is that very precarious time for those guys that stayed out in stage 1. Now, I think it was a good decision to get the points, but now they have to make their way through the field without getting caught up in one of these accidents.
And it has been sketchy. We've seen cars
all right.
free on their own. Alex Bowman once again on the outside. Eric Jones on the inside. Back up through the gears they go. Christopher Bell in the 20 trying to catch up to the back bumper. That 48 can't get there. Tyler Reddick giving the 43 a shove. And right down in front of that 43, Alex Bowman wins.
Here comes the 20. Christopher Bell's got a good run on the 48 for the lead. Make a move to the inside here. Down the inside of turn 3. Can he get up alongside Bowman? He's there. Bowman's there, the momentum. 3 wide back there behind him. Sort himself out.
Bowman serpentining down the front stretch.
Remember, KJ, comedy and laughter heals everything.
Jets to the bottom of the racetrack.
As Bo Burnham once said, comedy is the best medicine. Besides, you know, medicine. But it helps.
Already out of Ross Chastain, we've seen it a few times. Now Bubba Wallace gets out of line and then back in line.
Briscoe almost hit the wall off of 2, then he cuts across Bubba's nose. It's awesome watching the racing back here in this back half of the field. So these guys are so desperate to get out of this dirty air back here. The closer you get toward the front, the better your car's going to drive.
Look at Truex. The back of the screen, he was jumping to make it 3 wide. There he is. Trying to work himself back up through the field.
One thing that helps me is watching the car go fast. Is watching the cars go fast and left.
One of the fastest cars on the track today as he goes by.
When the car goes fast,
now sets his sights on the 22.
it makes me happy.
Saw Larson get out of line there in the 5. Another run by Martin Truex Jr. in the 19. He looks to the inside. Larson comes down to stop that momentum.
Joy back there trying to drive up through the field as well. Showed some good speed in this 7 car after the accident.
There, Martin Truex Jr. able to complete the pass on Logano.
And Martin Truex Jr. and that team felt very confident about that race car. When I talked to the team this morning, they said they were about one of what they thought was 4 or 5 cars that could win this race. Martin absolutely using the track to his advantage, picking off other drivers. Should also note they topped off on fuel on lap 49 and 53. Their strategy was a little bit different. They were in the second half of the field, so their tank a little bit fuller than the other guys out there.
And he's flying. He's, you know, full of fuel and he's fast. He's in 13 spots, and he is just turning left and going by guys, getting alongside Kyle Larson now. But you can see the confidence Truex has in his car. He's just willing to put his car anywhere he thinks it can get him a spot. He's just going there, Parker.
And catching up with William Byron, who had that instant off turn 4, getting loose. Did it just get loose from you?
Yeah, just trying a little too hard. Trying to get some stage points, and yeah, just stepped away. We were kind of free for the most part of the day to that point, and just kind of surprised me, but it's a mistake. Driver needs to do better.
You guys are in contention for the regular season points championship. I know it's a big blow to that. How disappointing is that?
Yeah, it is what it is. We just gotta get faster again and keep going at it. But yeah, just a mistake. Can't have that.
Austin Dillon in 9th.
Driver just overstepping.
Yeah, I put him in my lineup today because Austin Dillon has always been really good at this track. I mean, he really has. I remember he's got like a few of his like first ever top 5s came right here.
Gary Jones showing some good speed in that 43 car today. Watched him early in the race drive through.
You know, that's
cars in the back half of the field.
It's always been a good track for him.
Be able to hang on to it, but he's got some tough competition around him. As Redding closes in on the back bumper and goes to the bottom of the racetrack.
Just moments ago, Parker was able to chat with Josh Berry after he got out of the car and was out of the infield care center. Here was that interview.
Josh Berry released from the infield care center here. Had that incident down in turn 3 and 4. Any warning that the car was coming around?
Yeah, no idea. Just wild restarts here and just trying to learn as much as I can, and just got loose there, back in the wall. So just hate it that we didn't get to run all the laps today because that was the main goal.
Traffic or just aero effects or just no warning, just leaving mechanical grip?
Yeah, I'm not having to go back and watch it. Obviously, it's.
Yeah, at least he's okay. I was like honestly really concerned after that hit because it looked like a bad crash.
Here comes Bell, looking to take the lead away from Bowman.
Been able to get on the low side of the 48, but just not able to get up alongside of him. Right here, though, look at him trying to side draft just a little bit. It's going to be able to pull him up alongside. Bowman's going to come down the racetrack, trying to do the same thing.
Here comes Bell for the lead.
Going to be able to race off into turn 1. Whoa!
Oh!
And will he collect anyone? He gets into the wall.
My God, Christopher Bell around. Racing for the fucking lead. Jesus fucking Christ. This has been one fucking wild ass race, dude. Oh my God. Just the racing has been insane and just the intensity, like what the hell.
Approaching on both those drivers. I don't know if that
Goofy ass race? This race ain't been goofy.
It's so unique to this racetrack for some reason. Watch Christopher Bell drives, to the door, kind of overdrives a little bit as he enters the corner. Watch this right here. So the 48 gets a run. Bell up the racetrack.
This race's been fun. Racing's been insane, and just. I mean, I wish everybody wouldn't fucking wreck every time, they race even the slightest bit too hard. I wish they wouldn't wreck, but, just the intensity has been wild. It's been crazy.
And I just think it's catching them by surprise. While we talk about the
Bowman barely made it through.
All these cars not being as straight as the old car, they still do rely on side force around that door, right in front of that rear tire. And you wonder if...
Yeah, I wish everyone wouldn't wreck, And obviously I was very concerned after the Josh Berry crash, but...
There is contact. That's one thing we're seeing in both incidents today. These brought cars around in turn 1 and 2.
I think Christopher Bell, I don't think he's done. I don't think he'll be done after that. I mean, actually, yeah, he probably will.
That's some of the product of what
yeah, no, he's done.
I think the 20 is just trying to take the line.
I didn't realize the damage was that bad.
Running the traditional line. Give the 48 the opportunity to be able to stay there, Marty.
Well, Dell Jr., to Jeff's point, just think about the names that have spun today on their own. Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell, some of the best car control in the garage area. Bell going to try and make repairs as the rest of the field comes to pit road, Parker.
And the
Top of your screen there, the 43 of Eric Jones. Very happy that race car. It's going to be 4 Goodyear tires. For
This
him.
race feels like Fontana 2022. Yeah, it does.
There, Christian Bell, when he went around, you see that adjustment. He's been feeling loose, just right sides, Marty.
Of late, Denny Hamlin's pit crew has been the one of the best on pit road. They'll see if they can gain him one spot here. Comes in second, so the car was pretty good. Needs a little better fire off, but that's it. So the 11 team putting on 4 fresh Goodyear tires here. A lot of teams, though, with a little different strategy. Some 2 tires, some fuel only, kind of all over the map there, Rick.
Yeah, Bowman, 2-tire stop. Truex and Reddick didn't take fresh tires on this one. Around goes to 20. Look at the names that are out. Busch, Elliott, Byron, and now possibly Bell.
When you have chronic kidney disease, there are places you'd like to be. Like here.
Gonna be a fantasy L for you.
And here. Not so much here. If you have chronic kidney disease...
Yeah, one thing I've noticed is that a lot of times it takes a lot of chaos for us to beat you, Jaden, in fantasy.
Risk of kidney failure, which can lead to dialysis.
Farxiga can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in women and men, and low blood sugar. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may lead to death. A rare, life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, an allergic reaction, or ketoacidosis.
Farxiga can help you keep living life. Ask your doctor for Farxiga for chronic kidney disease. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
An experienced QPC eater knows you should never let the ketchup that falls from the hot and juicy burger go to waste.
Hey, fellow truck lovers, speed, Bob. Today I'm going to show you the easiest way to make your truck better. It's a no-brainer. WeatherTech. Laser measured floor liners that fit perfectly in the front and rear. Underseat storage system keeps the cargo organized. Roll-up truck bed cover protects the cargo bed. Bulk step to guard the rear.
Alright, so when is laps? When is? Were you actually on lap 67?
Better truck. Hope you were paying attention. Now remember, get all your American-made protection at WeatherTech.com.
Subway refreshed everything, and now they're slicing their deli meats fresh. That's why this QB prefers the new 5-meat beast.
And this QB prefers it.
And if we prefer it,
we know you'll prefer it too.
Are you trying to out spokesperson me?
Maybe.
It can't be that simple.
Well, there are a few complications.
R1, up down, left, right down.
I don't really have room for all you guys, so maybe you should carpool.
Thursday, September 7th, the NFL season kicks off as the Detroit Lions are going to face the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium. That's only on NBC and Peacock. You're watching the Firekeepers Casino 400 on USA. And already we have seen some crazy things happening with playoff contenders. Let's go to the Peacock Pit Box and DJ and Brad.
Well, Brad, this has been something to watch. We talk about the best drivers in the business right here, and what we've seen so far, when we talk about the high speed, Jeff Burton said it many times, when these things are good until they're not. And we saw Kyle Busch get things started off right here, trying to make a pass on Ryan Blaney.
Yeah, I've been surprised these guys are losing these race cars with minimal contact. Just going into the corner, the car just seems to turn around. Of course, we saw Chase Elliott lose a rear tire there, getting to the fence. That was unexpected. He said he didn't expect that to happen at all. And then William Byron, just out of the blue, loses control of the race car and gets up to the fence. I don't know, it's some weirdness going on around the pressure of these race cars, like Steve was saying.
Yeah, high speed, and right here, our pole sitter, and going for the lead, Christopher Bell, that brought out this latest caution. I don't think that we're finished seeing this type of thing because of the speed, of the difficulty of driving this racetrack, and there's so much on the edge. And guys, I'll just let you know, I can probably tell you who the next 3 cautions are going to be, because that would...
All right, so this is lap 69. So once they take the green flag, we'll decide who the
that are currently out of the race. So
Truex is in second.
And it's it's getting a little bit crazy too as we look at the radar and the weather. That could come back into play here.
Yeah, there's a small cell, but you know we already have a delay, so one more rain shower could get us, you know, to official. And remember, official in this race is end of stage 2 or halfway. So today it would be halfway, lap 100, 68 laps complete. I didn't think the intensity could go up, but it might, I guess.
It's possible. Tyler Reddick is on the inside. Alex Bowman is going to restart on the outside with Mark Schreck.
All right, so coming to the green flag here, we'll decide who Mr. 69 is.
As we get ready to go back.
Is it Bowman or Truex? And it's Bowman, all right.
Moving out of line, we saw Eric Jones in the 43. Bowman now chasing after Reddick as Reddick has taken the lead away from him.
Oh, that was a Reddick in second? Oh, I thought that was Truex. I'm fucking dumb. Well, it was also what the leaderboard told me, so.
Oh, look, contact right there between the 7 and 12. More contact.
Jesus. The intensity's picking up. It looks like the rain might hit anytime soon.
Lane changes. Now, how aggressive will this group be?
You know, Blaney's got a short fuse.
7 up the racetrack.
Harrison Burton in that 21 moving forward. A little bit farther forward, here's
So
Larson.
Bell has bet minimum
Working
speed.
the outside of the 19 of Mark Schreck Jr., but he's able to drift up in front of him, take that air off the nose.
Blaney is making more contact down the first straightaway with the 7. Got on the outside of him, drove down the racetrack. Still upset.
Yeah, my radar still says it's not supposed to hit, but
Another aggressive move by Ross Chastain behind him as we see him now get close to the back bumper of Ryan Blaney.
So this is just a little bit of retaliation here as he gets to the outside. Now this is the first accident. This is the first
Yeah.
situation. So
Can't even see.
when he gets to the outside, instead of getting loose, they make contact. And this is just after that lap later. He's like, I'm mad at you, man. I'll let you know.
Oh, now we're hearing a little bit of precipitation.
Rain?
In 1 and 2. That's from the south end of this track.
Right on board here. We'll
yep,
see.
we got rain. No caution yet.
Daniel Suarez going through sugar camera.
Copy. Yep, they're all yelling up here. Copy.
A little sprinkle happening down there in 1 and 2.
Starting to sprinkle on the front stretch. I'll give you the earliest warning I can.
I'll give you the earliest warning I can as we see Eric Jones once again to the inside now as he tries to get by Austin Cindric. They go into turn 1. Brad Keselowski also in that 6 right in front of Austin Dillon.
Caution.
Caution has come out. We'll see if that's for NASCAR. And precipitation. Don't see anyone spun around on the racetrack, so I believe this is for weather.
This is for rain.
Over 200 miles per hour.
And it's just such a large facility, right, Jeff? I mean, we're standing here at the start-finish line, but, you know, over there off turn 2, you just can't miss it, right? I mean, everybody wishes you could go. We could go back and do that Daytona race where the rain caused the big wreck. Well, the only thing you can do is try not to make the same mistake. So it's frustrating.
Well, we'll see if this stops the race.
Especially the fans
Fuck.
sitting in the stands with 25 laps to go to halfway. I think is what they have to do. This is what I was talking about. Down at turn 1, rain on the window, rain on the camera, and it's, I don't know, 15, 20. I mean, everyone in the entire front half of the field. The only car that gets through is Austin Dillon. Or at least the only car in the front 6 or 8 rows.
Yeah, Steve, after this, NASCAR looked at how do they do it better? And so they put spotters essentially outside of the racetrack, further away from the racetrack, so they can sense and see the rain before it gets here. They actually have worked with some sensing devices to try to put around the facility, but it decided, hey,
It looks like.
there's some people out
Oh,
there.
okay.
They start seeing it come in. Let's throw the caution before the rain gets to the racetrack.
I think it'll be super quick.
In response to this, and also New Hampshire. We had a similar situation in New Hampshire. They dropped the green flag. It started raining in turn one. You know, after 2 times, and multiple times throughout the sport's history, how can you do it better and it changed their process?
A little bit of a cell building from the southwest of the racetrack, and right along with DoorDash, Bubba Wallace, onboard camera, and you can see a little more of the precipitation that's on the camera lens.
They're all still required to save fuel.
Yeah, Alex Bowman and that Allied onboard.
All right.
On the pit road.
They're taking him on pit road. They're gonna red flag it.
They're bringing him onto pit road. As there is rain picking up. 1 and 2.
Yeah, 1 and 2 is in the center of the corners, pretty damp.
So for the second time today, they have been brought onto pit road after they had been on the track, and precipitation has brought them onto pit road. We'll see if they bring the covers out.
I'm always interested to see where the drivers, if they do have to get out of the car, who they go talk to at this point. Because now you've had chances to run into a bunch of people, be run into yourself, get cut off, cut some people off.
Hope Kyle Busch can win this race. Well, my friend, I have something, some bad news for you. He wrecked on lap 15.
I will tell you, if I wrote down everybody that cut everybody off, I'd be out of here.
He's in last place, out of the race.
The level of acceptable aggression, it shocks me. With this, year 9 here on NBC, sitting up in this booth watching racing here at Michigan, and every year these restarts get more and more intense, and this year's no different.
You see the 20 of Christopher Bell. He was back of that.
It wasn't Ryan Blaney's fault.
A lot of damage to the back of that, but he was out on track. Another caution for precipitation here in Michigan.
What causes a curve down there? Is it Peyronie's disease? Will it get worse? How come? Can I talk to? Can this be treated? Stop typing. Start talking to a specialized urologist, because it could be Peyronie's disease, or PD. It's a medical condition where there is a curve in the erection caused by formation of scar tissue, and an estimated 1 in 10 men may have it. But PD can be treated even without surgery. Say goodbye to searching online. Find a specialized urologist who can diagnose PD and build a treatment plan with you. Visit makeapdplan.com today.
$5 all-you-can-eat pancakes are back to celebrate IHOP's 65th anniversary. So come on in, even if it's your birthday too. Available for a limited time, only at IHOP. Download the app and start earning free food.
If you've ever wished you could take buffalo chicken dip wherever you go, today's your lucky day, because Sonic stuffed it in a crispy portable bite. Now wish for something else, like more hands to hold your bites. Sonic $2.99 buffalo chicken dip bites.
You like being in people's business. Trying to wear it make it very challenging. I'm preparing. It's a move. That's the median nerve that I'm compressing. On a scale of 1 to 10, that's a 2. That's a 3. If you don't want me to go to 4, equalizer 3.
They're just getting started.
Me too. Hope we have to do September 1st. I need to try it first.
Wednesday nights on USA, we're giving Hump Day a whole new meaning. Starting with Temptation Island.
I'm ready to risk it all. Followed by our new show, The Big Thing. Are you over him? Don't answer.
Wednesday starting at 9 on USA and streaming on Peacock.
Drivers getting out of their cars.
So how does Sunday brunch at Fenway Park sound? You you can do it next weekend. Get the day started with the Detroit Tigers, Boston Red Sox on MLB Sunday leadoff, streaming live at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, exclusively on Peacock.
Come at me. Greatest stadium in baseball, Fenway Park.
Okay.
I'm not going to say the greatest team, my favorite team. I'm not going to.
But you're going to
label
say
them
the
as
stadium,
greatest.
though.
Fenway Park is without a doubt. Okay. So,
Where's your favorite place to watch while you're there?
so I like the new seats up top with Green Monsters. Those weren't there when I was a kid, but I got to go back and sit up there, and it's quite a breathtaking view.
Well, out of the cars are the drivers now, and for the joy under an umbrella, we saw Ryan Blaney walking back to his pit stall and probably to his crew. There he's talking with Harrison Burton as we saw the playoff standings on the left side, and Kim, I believe, has caught up with Martin Truex Jr.
And Martin obviously has a very good car. I didn't hear anything on the radio from you, so how was it?
Yeah, it's really fast. Auto Owners Camry's it's a rocket right now. So strategy was a little weird there. We had to go to the rear, had an issue on the stop, and then just pretty much blasted through the field. So it was a lot of fun. Did a terrible job on that restart, getting connected with the 48. So work on that. But all in all, we got a really good car and can have some fun whenever we get this thing finished for sure.
If we finish tonight, hopefully, how will the track change after this?
It's really hard to say, you know. We don't have a lot of experience here with these cars, so you know, last year was its own animal, and probably just gain a little bit of grip and get faster, get more difficult to pass.
All right, that's Martin Truex Jr. feeling confident about what he and his team have here.
So smiles for Martin Truex Jr. And we talked about the Blaney and Corey LaJoy, and let's see how this goes.
So what's for dinner? Well,
cordial.
These conversations are important to have. You know, you just go ahead and address it right now. You know, and you can see there's not a lot of anger here.
I don't think this is a nice conversation
Smile, but
that they're making it out to be.
Conversations, get it over with.
The reason why the discussion was taking place there. Corey LaJoy in the 7, Ryan Blaney in the 12.
Yeah, Corey gets loose and just a little contact right there. Blaney was just annoyed by that, you know.
Very similar to what we've seen multiple times today, though. You don't really understand why, but today, contact.
Well, this is the second time for Blaney. He's got tired of it. Yeah, two guys get up into him. He just doesn't. He thinks now he's like, hey, why is everybody, you know, not taking care of me? Why is everybody running me so hard?
Parker has caught up with the guy.
Rain and shit.
Right, he led 19 laps.
Rain and Alex Bowman.
Martin Truex said he just didn't push you well enough. Is that what happened?
Yeah, I did a phenomenal job pushing Reddick by us. So, you know, bummed to obviously lose the lead there, but we have a pretty decent race car. We need long runs. I just feel like the short run balance we really don't have, but I feel like on the long run stuff will be really good. So, who knows when we race? I think we were hoping for a lot of sunshine for our Ally 48 Camaro. I feel like we came here with a lot of downforce stacking the cars, so the short run's tough, but we'll keep working at it. We're not out of it yet, and having a good day so far.
Saw that Christopher Bell in the 20 spin underneath you. We've seen a lot of incidents like that. Has it caught you off guard in any way?
Didn't see any rain on the radar. Yeah, that's how it goes.
I wasn't even there, and I got really high into this, like the PJ1 that's not run in yet, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna crash, so I lifted, and then he's crashing beneath me. I'm like, dang. So he must just got really loose in. Which
I gotta pee.
I mean, it's a little bit windy.
I checked the radar. It looked like nothing. Yep.
Sensitive to how you kind of set the car into the corner and the pitch of the car. So, yeah, glad I didn't get collected in that. But yeah, that was hectic for sure.
I know you guys are a little tight on fuel to get this rig going to get to this end of this stage, but obviously stage points very important, being 42 points out going into this race, and in position if we're maybe racing halfway to go for a win. How do you balance all that here?
Yeah, it's certainly tough. But the good news is I just got to drive it. There's a lot smarter people working on it than me.
That's what we do best, just drivers, Kim, right? Just drive.
And we saw the conversation between Ryan Blaney and Corey LaJoy, and it was lengthy, and it looked like maybe it had wrapped up. The two kind of parted and looked like they were going to walk away from each other, and then Ryan came back. I don't know if Corey said something as they walked away, or if Ryan rethought something that he needed to tell Corey, but they did part, but they are back together talking again. So we'll hopefully get an update from Ryan to see what the conversation is about it and where he feels like maybe Corey was out of line.
And catching up with AJ Allmendinger, who's 15th right now. So, what do we feel about this race car? You're just telling me that maybe he doesn't have the speed, but you're handling fine compared to all these cars spinning out.
Yeah, it's just the if we could get some clean air, I think we'd be okay. But our new Green Ag Solutions Farm Smart Chevy is we got speed or we got handling in it. It's just a little bit draggy down the straightaway and makes it tough to get checked up. And they got massive runs on you. And as you can see, everybody's pretty aggressive. So we're just trying to put ourselves in a good spot there. And you know, I think if we get some clean air or just some clean running, it'd be okay. But it just gets so stacked up. It's tough racing out there right now.
How do you tackle a race like this? Maybe you don't have the fastest car, but you're seeing some of your competitors there on the playoff bubble have issues. There's wrecks happening. People are spinning out. Do you go into conservation mode? Do you do something different in that sense?
You're just trying to make smart decisions. You know, it's one of those things that you know, you go down there door to door, side by side, and in the corner, and the bottom car could have issues. You know, you gotta play the aggressive versus patience game. And right now, I'm trying to be just very patient, and trying to just get the best finish that we can. I hope we get this in. My beautiful wife is very pregnant at home, and she might be having our child here very soon. So hopefully, for many reasons, the fans, all of us, and my health's sake, I get home in time.
It's very impressive you can focus on racing at the same time.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm pretty talented, so, you know, it's one of those things. Yeah, it's tough thinking
Pretty
about one
talented,
thing,
it's one of those things.
These drivers, guys, they're very impressive. Being able to multitask like that, even AJ.
Tara, I know he is thinking about you. Obviously, she is, well, AJ and Tara expecting their first child. That expectation is this week.
The Bush Guide, bold and smooth survival skills. Stop. Leaves of 3, leave them be. Cans of 6. Take your pick. Head for the mountains of Bush.
$5 all-you-can-eat pancakes are back to celebrate IHOP's 65th anniversary. So come on in, even if it's your birthday too. Available for a limited time, only at IHOP. Download the app and start earning free food.
Buying a car from Vroom is so easy. All you need is a phone and a finger. Just go to vroom.com, scroll through thousands of cars, then tap to buy.
They say pretty much only 1 mile of the track is wet, and they have started drying. It's dry on pit road.
Wendy's local dollar deal, your dollar never tasted so good.
So
everyone's gonna get.
Dave Singer and Frosty. I was gonna say a Frosty and a Frosty.
You can do that.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's, buy one, get one for $1.
Season kickoff, one small, 8 big aces.
I know what it's like to perform through pain. If you're like me, one of the millions suffering from pain caused by migraine, Nurtec ODT may help. It's the only medication that can treat a migraine when it strikes and prevent migraine attacks. Treat and prevent all in one.
Don't take if allergic to Nurtec. Allergic reactions can occur even days after using. Most common side effects are nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain.
We're in this together. Talk to a doctor about Nurtec ODT.
Chicago is home, we got it.
This is my community. I love y'all.
To new beginnings and new friendships. Let the darkness come. The sun will shine again.
Order Showtime on Channel 865 HD.
You're covered, only on Verizon.
Back in Michigan under a red cloud right now, but the good news is the rain has let up right now. We saw the conversation a moment ago, by the way, Ryan Blaney and Corey LaJoy after their run-in, multiple run-ins on the racetrack. Kim has caught up with Corey LaJoy.
Yeah, a lengthy conversation, Marty. So sum about that conversation between you and Ryan for us.
Ryan Blaney, Flores is on the couch watching right now because he got some appendix removed. We were talking about kickball. You know, what position he wants to play. You know, he's feeling pretty good with his kick right now. No, he was mad. Racing in the top 10 there, and I was in this
spot to where I felt like
It looked like they had I mean, they did have a civil conversation, but I don't know. I don't know what was said, but I don't think it was a good conversation. Like a.
Blended 18th, and I was a little bit late to cover the outside lane. He was able to roll it back out there, and I just had a little wobble like I did yesterday in practice, and then you have somebody on your door tight, and you're just doing all you can do to chase it. He obviously was upset because we both went up into the weeds, which wasn't the intention, but I was just asking him, man, like, well, do I take that side job? Like, I respect him enough to not just go in there and pull a super tight slide job, but then in which case it puts me in a bad spot on the back end of the corner when I was able to roll it back out there. But that's just the nature of this car. You have to clear passes in the most efficient way possible. And if you don't, man, you're going to have 2 or 3 guys come with a big run behind you. And we have a really, really, really good Gordon truck and Camaro today. Hopefully we can get the rest of this thing. Hopefully we get the rest of the 200 laps in, because I feel like when we get tire for tire with those guys, I feel like we have a top 10 car. So hopefully we can show.
Ryan did not want to comment. Do you feel like the conversation resolved the issue between the two of you, and he just kind of needs to cool off?
He brought up a moment of Fontana. He kind of rolled to my quarter late where I didn't cover a lane, and every piece of asphalt on the racetrack is raceable asphalt. So a little bit of that's education for me of like the aggressive guys who have fast cars will put you in a bad spot, and I'm going to be a little bit more defensive to not allow myself to get put in those situations. So I think that I'm learning as I'm going here, especially racing the top 10 with playoff guys. And I learned a lesson there. And luckily it didn't cost both my car as well as his car. And we were able to continue and, put us behind A-ball a little bit, but I still feel really good about our car.
And we did ask for Ryan Blaney to give a comment. He refused, still very heated and fired up from that conversation and that on-track incident with Corey LaJoy.
Good stuff, Kim. Marty Snyder, Dale Jarrett, and Brad Daugherty joining you, by the way. DJ, I want to ask you about the point that Corey LaJoy just made. Said, I'm learning running in the top 10, way different. He has one of the better cars he's had clearly all year long. He has to take advantage of every opportunity, but how different is it running in the top 10 versus running further back in the pack?
Well, it's certainly a difference in who you're racing around and racing with, and what's expected up there, and how things are different inside the top 10. But 2 drivers disagreeing about real estate on the racetrack is nothing. I think for 75 years this has been going on. So you understand both. But look at Corey LaJoy's side of it. He's got one of the, as you just pointed out, one of the better cars. He has to take advantage of these opportunities to do that. Now, he doesn't want to make other drivers, and especially a friend of his, mad, but he does have to do what is best for him and his race team there. And again, drivers are going to disagree about this, and they'll both forget it and move on.
Yeah, you got Corey LaJoy. This is one of the best interviews I've ever seen. He took a lot of credit, or he took the blame. Yeah. He put it on himself, said, I made some mistakes, but I'm trying to learn from it. So he was trying to talk to Blaney about as a teaching moment. And I love this, but what he's learned from this is just what he says. He has to be defensive a little bit. He's got that great race car. Not let those guys put him in that position. I love to hear this, because this young man is blossoming right before our eyes. And before you know it, he's going to be able to utilize that information and win some races.
All right, DJ, we hear about the new NASCAR, the new respect level, how you have to race differently these days. Steve and the guys just talked about it a moment ago. If you would have been raced this way back when you were winning championships, how would that have gone?
I raced people the way they raced me, so we'd be back at it, and we would have discussions, and if it needed to go past discussion, we'd have that. I was always told, if you need to take it past the discussion, then do it in the motorhome lot, because they have no jurisdiction on what goes on over there. But you gotta race. It is definitely a different time. And I'm not condemning what they're doing. It's just you have to be aggressive in this business 100%. At this point in time. If you're not, you're going backwards, and you're not going to have a job.
Ross Chastain's the greatest example of that. He's made everyone adjust to him. Everybody's complaining, Ross, for the last couple of years. Well, they know now we're talking about he's one of the greatest at keeping and blocking the air and all that type of stuff. He's made the field adjust to him. I say the same thing for Corey LaJoy. Keep racing him hard. Just give that 47 a little break.
Well, Denny Hamlin made the point. Yeah, you're a driver, right? Denny Hamlin made the point after the Kyle Larson thing. He said, I decided after all the Ross Chastain run-ins, no more. I was going to be the guy on the offensive end. So is that how you have to be, DJ, to be a winning race car driver in this day and age?
I think you have to be. Yeah, it's always been, and there is still a amount of respect that you have to show out there. Just trying to take advantage of everyone, that's not going to fly very far there. You're going to get yourself not in in a situation that a lot of people don't like you, and you're going to make it miserable for you. But you have to race hard constantly out here. The field is so competitive now, and again, to win these races, you got to show another level of aggression in trying to get there. And even in a case like Corey LaJoie, he's trying to get a top 10 for himself, and that takes that level of aggression also.
Yeah, for me, the greatest example of it is Joey Logano. When he left Joe Gibbs Racing and was washed out, and everybody was all on his case, then he gets over to Penske, and all of a sudden he and Brad Keselowski decide they're not taking it anymore. They're going to run you over if you're in their way. And look at what's happened. Now he's two-time heavyweight champ, and he's one of the men to beat every week.
Certainly have to be the aggressor, no doubt about it. Right now, Ryan Preece is in 18th, coming off his first top 5 of the year, and he's with Parker.
Yeah, Marty, and as we see a lot of these cars struggling with losing the rear, that has not been the case for Ryan Preece. You've actually just said your car is tight, driving fairly well. So that must bode well for you guys.
Yeah, for restarts, it's actually really good to be able to move around and be aggressive. Now it's just we're in dirty air because we thought a tire, I didn't feel comfortable. I thought it might have been getting a flat, so we had to put 4 on there and give up the track position we had. But definitely really good changes from yesterday to today with the United Rentals Ford Mustang, and just got to get that track position back, and I think we'll be all right.
Talk to me about these restarts. We're having a bit of a discussion about the aggression level you have to have. Some of the drivers taking huge risks. If you have a car you can take advantage with it, don't you have to?
Well, I think that's just a product of what we have to do, right? Like, once we get strung out after 3 or 4 laps in single file, it's really, really difficult to draft up and pass somebody. So, yeah, I think that's why you just see us all being very aggressive.
How do you get your track position back if we get this thing restarted?
That guy on the box, that crew chief's gonna have to make some pretty interesting calls, but I'll do my best on restarts.
Cam, it was looking a little nice, and then we just got overtaken by a mist over here.
Ugh.
Yeah, heavy mist, and Chris Buescher has been gracious enough to stay in that mist to chat with us, running 12th. And I said, how's your car? You said, it's good, but all things Michigan are keeping you from the front. What's on that list?
Dirty air. Yeah, we're pretty good. Our Castro Edge Mustang is had speed from the get-go for the entire weekend.
I think we have to get this thing started by 7.
This one wasn't too good. Just didn't make some good
Restarted by
choices,
7 if we're gonna go the distance.
To pass. Really wasn't that track to widen out like it did for the Xfinity race yesterday, and with this mist and with the brakes, we're just not getting the heat to I think to activate and move it up to where we have a little bit more opportunity to pass right now. So just hoping we can get back going, get a little bit of warm weather. That's maybe a little bit optimistic at the moment.
The cars seem very on edge. We've seen guys lose it already so far in the race in the first half. Do you have to back down your commitment level?
No, our car's really good, and haven't really had any moments where we're puckered up to any degrees. So our group brought a really good race car that's fast and drives well. It's just sensitive to dirty air and wakes, and the closer we can get to the front, the better that gets, and the more we can start to just peek around a little bit. If we can get to the top 7 or 8, then it feels like all we really need is a fender width. But where we're at right now, I feel like you got to have a whole lane of decent air to keep forward progress, and just haven't been able to find it yet.
If you get that track position, where do you feel like your car shakes out? A winning car, a top 5 car?
I don't know where the 19's at right now, but he was flying, fired off there, and it sure feels like we're chasing that. So I don't know exactly where it'll play out, but I certainly feel like we're a top 5 car today.
All right, Chris Buescher, sounds like Martin Truex Jr. should watch out. Definitely has a target on his back here amongst the other drivers.
Yeah, Kim, a good day for RFK after the win at Richmond. Brad Keselowski 7th right now, Chris Buescher 12th. Brad, by the way, very upset. The mist is messing with his hair.
Messing with my hair. My whole lower body shut down, man.
Brad's all upset about that.
It's wet.
As we continue under a rain delay here at Michigan.
I watched my first race yesterday.
You're on the team, kid. It's orientation day.
Hey, new guy, let's get you up to speed.
They have lost the track.
Your workspace is ready.
Looks like you got a corner office.
The main bar is something greater. Toyota. Let's go places.
In my day, I tried keeping up with the game.
Now with the power of Xfinity 10G network, my little bro is the game. With the Xfinity 10G network, he sees the game from every angle with barely any lag. My little brother, more like my big MVP. Xfinity is a game changer.
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
Maybe you should do a Michigan race.
Hey, Dave.
Yep.
That'd be fun.
How are those new wipers?
They're small.
Just go to eBay Motors where the check means a guaranteed fit.
It's a good idea.
With Wendy's BOGO dollar deal, your dollar never tasted so good. So everyone's gonna get.
Dave,
I was gonna say a Frosty and a Frosty.
Yeah, let's do that.
Cheers wisely. Cheers Wendy's, buy one, get one for $1.
It's like a science project. Ordering lunch. Easy for you and me. It can be so difficult for a young homeowner turning into their parents.
Are those all different lettuces?
Yes, sir. Brown rice, white rice, or quinoa.